Right, so hello and welcome back to the Bach and Arthur podcast, everyone. We're here for episode 4 with our first guest of season 2.
Yes!
Woo! What's his name again?
Oh, it's Chippo Crimes, Burnt Chip, the Burnt Chip.
Young Chip.
Thank you.
Fortnite chip shooter. How's it going, brother?
Yeah, it's going good.
Our last guest of season 1 and our...
Did that work? I've got like a little bit of a tick at the moment. Like
they can give you Lyme disease.
I just
take it out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. That happened to Max plays FIFA. He went to Miami for the Ali fight and got bitten by a tick and got Lyme disease.
In Miami?
Yeah, on the beach.
Wow. Well, coming up today, we've got more interesting stuff like that.
Oh, show it's interesting then. That's not.
Oh, if you thought that
Wow, please go into more detail.
Yeah, no, I would like to know. Would you not want to know about the
Well, you already know that. That was
Lyme
literally-
disease?
Yeah, that's enough. Oh, and if you thought that was interesting, coming up today, we've got Sidemen Charity Match stuff with the GOAT manager of all time here.
The greatest of
we've
all time
got-
manager of all time.
earthiest of all time?
We've got
Go.
how gonorrhea gave us grandmothers,
Oh, shit.
marathons and running,
Oh, shit.
and of course, aliens. I can see one already.
Oh, my God.
You
He's
hate
got a
that.
little...
God,
He's
fuck.
got a little woman on his arm.
He's got a B word.
He's got no unique
Yeah.
A
personality.
B word.
Witch.
A B above.
2 words. Witch. And yeah.
Balthazar is the B word.
Bartholomew.
Right, so, first up, we've got to speak about us joining fellas. We're part of the family
Yes,
now.
congratulations.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, so what do you think? You have to have us or what?
Yeah,
Thanks for building us this big
you
lovely
guys are
set.
doing great. You have lined my pockets well already. I would like you to know that I dined last night on your behalf.
Okay, reveal how much money have you made for us so far?
0.
That's
You know
good
what's
clip.
funny as well,
That's
Liam?
good clip farming.
At the celebration dinner, the Bach and Arthur celebration dinner last night, we brought that
We
up.
weren't even invited to the Bach and Arthur celebration dinner.
No.
Oh, I was there. Wait,
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
No, it was just me. It was me. It was me at
banquet.
home having dino nuggets and beans.
But we're actually not taking any revenue because we do this for fun because we love it so much.
I
Wait,
actually,
what the fuck is revenue?
yeah, exactly. Money is a social construct.
And
It is.
oh,
It's an IOU.
and this wonderful set that we've built.
It's just paper. It's not real.
Yeah, it's just paper.
Or polymer, even.
How was building this set?
It was my favorite one to do because it's a space capsule. So it was, yeah.
You
It's
love
like
space. That's why we're speaking about aliens later on.
Yeah, it's also like getting to do the whole screens with the outer space thing was something we wanted to do ever since TMG had it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys wanted to do that. So, and it looks amazing.
I look
And this
wicked.
logo is the first that we've done like this.
Really?
Yeah, because I wanted to give you an extra special one.
Yeah.
Oh, you gave us that special treat.
Yeah, I had this idea to 3D layer everything. So, like,
Yeah, it looks awful.
Yeah, actually.
No, I'm joking. It looks great.
All right, okay, you've just ruined my day.
No, you did a really good job.
We had an idea to have like the orbital lines, like what are they called? Is that
orbits, yeah.
yeah? For them to like be lit up and the stars kind of traveling through, even if it didn't make sense. But
Yeah.
it started to get really expensive, and I thought, you know what, Arthur Batch are not worth that kind of
Oh,
money.
like actually moving.
Yes,
That would have been.
we had it on a set before on like an F1 one where the track.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, that was really
something
cool.
like that.
Yeah.
but then I thought,
That was
wait,
sick.
no, I'm not spending any more
Nah,
money.
you've
on
done
it.
enough.
Thanks.
We had literally no space theme at all. Our intro was super spacey in season 1.
Yeah.
And then we were just sat on a grey sofa in front of a black.
It was still good though that you
That
made
was
a
a
full
legendary set.
podcast that's doing so sick out of that set.
Yeah.
It was all
Yeah.
calculated.
It was all
Oh,
calculated.
we were going raw, weren't we?
Yeah,
You
we,
were-
were.
We knew what we
raw
were doing.
dogging.
We often do. So yeah,
Don't like that.
you've had a fantastic few days
I have.
because you just managed what might be the last ever Sidemen Charity
Yeah.
Match
Done.
and won.
Yeah, in 7 years, I took them to victory.
Is
They
that
hadn't
what it-
won in seven-
really?
They hadn't won in 7 years. So I came in and I shook up the dressing room.
Oh, you shook that thing up.
Exactly.
Well, as in,
I was
the YouTube
arching
Allstars
it.
hadn't won in 7 years. You
The YouTube Allstars hadn't won in 7 years.
right?
They deserved it.
And what did you do special? What did you do different?
There was a lot of egos in the room, so I had to bring them all down.
Oh, was there actually? Was there a bit of a power
Have you not
play?
seen my team talk?
No.
No, have you? You said you were going to post it as a
I don't know
short.
if I can show it you. Do you have my
Yeah.
headphones and audio in here?
It just comes out.
If you go into Danny Aaron's More,
Pulling up Danny Aaron's more.
Danny's posted like a vlog and it's got my
Oh,
team
cool,
talk in there.
nice.
So, well, here's my team speech. You could just play from here because the beginning's just to start in 11. Really, just fucking.
Chris and Schultz. On the right, our captain, Speed.
Captain.
Front line, Phantom, you're on the left. Centre back, Max and James. Right
It's Phantom. Big lad. Good lad.
half time. If you can can get a shirt for Jimmy.
See, I was going to put Jimmy in net at half time.
Really?
Our minds.
Mr. Beast, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Last 2 years, you've been
My mate.
fucking battered. 8-5, 8-7. You've been shit, to be honest. It's been sentimental. You come here looking to enjoy the day. It's Wembley. Oh, we'll have fun. You won't fucking have fun. If you don't win, I will have fun. No, exactly.
We want to have fun.
Look, but it needs to be simple when you're out there. Most of you are shit. You've got no fitness. Honestly, all you need to do is look up, pass, move. If you're not fucking running, and I see that half time, I swear to God,
Yeah, that's really you feel.
I'm a track. That's all you need to do. Genuinely, if you actually just fucking run and you can count on your teammates to run, I don't see how we can lose this game. They're not that good either.
Shoot on fucking side.
What's
trying to play?
Head up, lads. Head up, honestly. When you get to the edge, head up, look for your teammates. Yes. Don't try any fancy bollocks, okay? Just pass and move. Right, there's about 90,000 13-year-old kids out here to see Sidemen. I want to go out there and make sure they're going on, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, you shit housed it. I love
It
that.
worked. Arousing
I love
speed.
that.
Yeah.
It definitely worked on Ginge as well. He was like, shoot on football.
Yeah.
You were hyping
Yeah, 'cause
him
you know
up.
Ginge
Everyone
is
else
like-
was like, what the fuck's
I
going on?
actually spoke to Ginge and like Nico and Chunks before, and I was like, boys, there's big guys in this changing room. I need you to back me on the speech.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
you humble?
because I was gonna go in. I had jokes ready and written like to go into the speech and do it like that, and I was like, oh, Americans, they don't even understand.
They won't get our humour.
They don't understand humor. Just generally. Nah, I was just like, they probably.
40,000 subscribers we just lost.
I was like, nah, they probably just won't get what I'm saying because it was all sarcastic and a lot of like targeted jokes. So I was like, you know what? I'll just wing it and go for the Sunday League manager approach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did well.
And it worked, mate.
Yeah.
It did well.
You won at Wembley.
That's true.
Congratulations.
And I also made the quickest substitution in
Oh
Wembley
my
history.
God.
Yeah, you subbed Theo straight off, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought Theo was going to be fuming, but obviously he was fine.
Did he know it was coming?
Well, the plan was to keep the legs fresh against tired opposition.
Yeah.
So bring it back on 15 minutes in when all those fat bastards are nearly dead.
To be fair,
Sorry, that's rude.
to be fair, is good game plan because they come on the pitch, they see Theo Baker on the other side, and they're like, "Oh, we might be in trouble here." You take him off, they're like, "Oh, they lost their head." They get the confidence. They're thinking, "Oh, they not got Theo anymore." We give it all, and then boom, you come in with chip ball, and you coin the term
exactly.
And all my whole For You page now is just edits of you.
Chip ball is pure
good edits for you.
penetration.
They actually are sick. It would just be like chip ball on screen and then just dominate. It's so
Hell
sick.
yeah.
And then just you and your glasses stood on the side. It's actually sick.
I was just barking random things at like the linesmen and stuff, like, you fucking blind bastard.
Were you?
Oh my God.
I had to tell them, I was like, oh, it's just me. It's just me, mate.
Yeah, it's just me. Oh, it's just me. Don't worry about it.
Don't
Were
worry.
they threatening you with the yellow or something?
No, they were just like, what's going on? I was just like, don't worry about it, mate.
Oh, they taking
Do
it
your
serious?
job and you won't, it won't happen, will it? Nah, I just told them it was part of a character. I didn't want them to get offended because some of them looked
There
like
was
they were going
one
to cry.
thing you failed to do, which was to bring us on.
No.
What was our substitution?
Yeah, what's that all about?
Honestly, were you guys not in the teams?
Yeah, we were. Were we?
I was going to say you were
Yeah.
meant to be.
Yeah.
You were
Oh.
you were meant to be there. I did see your name on when you go into the changing rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had the names above.
Oh, and
It did say Bach and Arthur.
Oh.
So it must have been a case of you getting it and then getting dropped like in conversations.
Conversations came
Yeah.
up. You saw the names
I
on. You
was
like,
actually
we're not
very
fucking
sad.
having that.
I was very sad that you weren't involved.
Well, we were. We got to congratulate everyone as they walked
yeah.
past.
That's true.
By the
Oh,
way,
we were
yeah.
there, all right.
You
we
were
played.
at the game.
Oh, we played.
That was so funny because when I was coming up to collect my medal for playing in the match that you guys wanted to play in, or not play,
Yeah.
sorry, but managing the match that you guys wanted to play in, but you didn't play in, you guys were right there, front row.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. In many ways, we had the most important role, and thank you to the Sidemen for putting.
Without you,
seriously,
without
we
you
got to
guys
fight
being
for it.
there,
Appreciate it.
I wouldn't have had a good day.
I have a really funny clip, actually, really quickly.
Go on. Was it of Sabina?
Okay, here we are. So fancy seeing you here. So
Why is it so emotional?
I know. So that was our stuffing. If you play it again,
Oh, nice. My POV's got 100K.
JJ says something to me when I dap him up, and then I turn and laugh at him. Look. There.
What did he
daps
say?
Me and Bach
What did
Chip.
he say?
He daps us up and goes, maybe next year, guys. Bursts out laughing.
I genuinely think if there is another one, which there won't be, you'll be in it.
It's inspired us to grind.
Nah.
We need to get our grind set on.
That's if we stay
yeah.
relevant. You know, we might fall off. We might get cancelled.
We've got to get more relevant.
Yeah. No,
So
then,
hit subscribe.
yeah.
We've got to have a podcast with at least 100,000 subscribers, or 1 million if we almost said it, or 10 million if
You
we
were the
almost
most
said it.
requested players, like a comment section of every single post that exists, and even now all the comments are like, Patch and Arthur.
I can't
Comments were
believe
really
that. I
nice,
don't know why.
That's really cool though. Your fan base really supports
I
you.
don't know if it started like that or if it
Yeah.
like there was one comment on the first one and then a couple people saw it, so they were like, "Oh, we'll put the same comment." Because
Yeah.
I didn't feel like in the like when it first started getting announced, there was any comments like that.
Yeah.
so it just came out of nowhere.
Probably because
Yeah.
there were so many big YouTubers to come that it was
Yeah.
like, once you've got all the kind of names that you expect, it's like, oh, well, you know, maybe
Yeah.
one of the slightly more
I
regular
was
people
still
did.
thinking like quite close to it that you were going to get it. I thought, because they weren't announcing people till quite close. I was like, at least one of them might get it.
Maybe.
But
No, do you know what? We didn't deserve it, and we didn't want it. We want it when we deserve it.
It was quite cool.
I got faith in next time.
It's
Let us
as well,
grind.
like,
Let's grind.
Looking at
Yeah.
the players that played, like, it's hard to say that we should have been there above anyone else. Like, there are just
Yeah,
some
no way.
huge
Yeah.
names. I guess more
I
like
think it's because it's like the UK community. This is a UK community event, and you guys are so like in it right now.
Yeah,
you,
that's
you guys are we're all one. We're a family.
Oh yeah, we're one
Yeah.
symbiote.
Yeah, like we're always together. You're always in Sidemen videos now, so I think people will just like, oh, we want our favorites that we always watch on Sundays to also be there.
Yeah, that's
and you
true.
two are probably the only ones that didn't make it out of the main group.
yeah, they do a fair amount. Of
Like
them.
if you think about it,
Yeah.
which is quite sad. Should
But,
we,
well,
should we cry
sad.
now?
It's
It was
sad
a
in
great,
many
it was a great
ways.
experience, and most importantly, over 4 million raised for charity.
Yes,
That's
So-
crazy.
That is crazy.
I
The
actually
stats on that game, it's insane.
I normally don't care about charities, but this time to be involved, I was happy.
He donates a lot to charity.
Just knowing that half of it is going to line the pockets of wealthy men doesn't sit right with me. What are your thoughts on that, Arthur?
Shut up. Whenever we see all the nice comments, we are very grateful. So that's why in this episode we're basically touching knees.
Oh hell no!
As everyone
I made a
What?
point.
Wait, what?
I made a
It's-
point.
It gets commented all the time. People are like, get back to touching knees. As much as I loved being on the sofa, having,
I get you. Yeah.
having my head constantly turned sideways in the previous set was painful.
Yeah,
I like that you can swivel it if it makes it feel a bit more natural for you.
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. He's swiveling quite a lot over here, huh?
I feel like a bit far away from you. I'm not sure I'm actually enjoying it though.
That's what the fans say. They're like, you and Arthur, or
Like
you and Bach
like
are
last
so
time,
far
I was
away.
quite close, and I felt like I could touch a leg.
I
Yeah,
like
because it was
it.
kind of just like there.
I prefer the new.
Shall I
layout.
sit
It's
on
more
the
comfortable for us. Just
Let me just sit here.
No, you know what? Just come here. Sit on sit on my knee.
I'll just sit on
no,
one
pop a
side.
squat, mate.
We'll
Pop
leave
a
these
squat.
two over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, leave them over there.
She's
They're
throwing
holding
it back
down.
on him, by the
Yeah.
way.
She can try. She can try all she wants.
She
but
has
he's not
got-
built for it.
Oh my goodness. By the way,
He's not got a penis. I checked.
really quickly as well, I just realized.
True.
So this is episode 4, but it was supposed to be episode 5.
Yeah.
We recorded what will be episode 5 last week.
Yeah.
And I debuted the mullet. So there's going to be a bunch of mullet
Oh,
chat.
hell
But this
yeah.
will be the first time that they'll
It looks so good on you as well. Like actually,
I'm surprised that it kind of suits me.
yeah,
which is
because
quite
I was
nice.
staring at you the other day for about 22 minutes, and honestly,
2 minutes.
I'm loving it.
No, thank you.
And I printed a picture of you out.
I think my hair had gotten so long as well.
Throw
Just
darts
before I
at
got
it.
it cut.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I might as well.
burnt
Because it's not like I wish.
Oh,
it was
we
like,
knew what you were doing.
I wish hair was like in Grand Theft Auto, where like you can go in with a really short trim
And just come out
make
with a
it
long trim.
longer.
Come out,
but you
yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
So it
Come
was
out
already
with
really long.
braids.
So I was like, do the sides, and then if it sucks, I can just do the back after.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But it kind of works.
I thought you were going to get waves. I thought that's what you were doing.
Oh no, I'm not going back to that again. I hated having to put the do-rag on every morning. Foot Asylum it was a long
I
week,
remember that.
a week or two. It was great fun actually.
Well, now you've got the mule, and it looks class.
Yeah,
Mule.
I'm keeping mine
Mule.
shorter.
That's what I call it.
I'm not going to have it like, you know, some people have it where like it goes below their neckline.
Kind of like
Yours at
Bach
the
Chip's
moment
getting
is very
there.
long.
Yeah, I
it's
shaved.
too
I
long.
I
put
think it
mine
suits
quite a bit
you.
recently. I give it a refresh.
Yeah, but I want to keep it like just like messy and curly
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
Oh, riveting topics.
What?
The mullet.
This is the sort of clip that goes. Did we
That's
say
what you
this on
said last
TikTok? Oh
week.
yeah. See,
That it's going to
It's a
get
classic.
clipped and everyone's going to be like, no, we need
this
to
gets
podcast.
clipped, put on TikTok, and all the comments are no. Take their mics away. What
It's
the fuck?
3
is this?
guys with mullets speaking about one finally getting a mullet. Oh, pub quiz.
Everywhere. Oh yes, pub. Oh,
What a change
Pub quiz.
in
Well,
No,
well,
we need to move
topic,
on.
just
seriously.
like, pub quiz.
Me
Before
and
everyone
Batch
kicks off.
were at a pub quiz last night.
Yeah.
We missed out on great
And
love.
it
How'd you
went
guys get on?
off.
How did we get on? Well, considering I had Batch on my team, you'd think, oh yeah, this is like a strong fucking contending team. First of all, our team name was Chris MD, but even shorter.
No one found it funny.
We thought it'd be really
Not
funny
even
if
Chris.
she read it out, if the quizmaster read it out, and everyone was like, oh.
Yeah, no one liked it.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have to take the credit for it. Well, it's not credit though, is it? It's a downfall.
No, yeah,
it was my fault.
Yeah, losing
But
moral on that one.
Badge started shaking like, that's so amazing.
That is epic.
And I was like,
It's going to go down so well.
It was a hell yeah moment.
It was a hell frick yeah moment. No, so it was me, Chip, Jody, Theo, Sabina.
Yeah. Besides Batch, probably not like the strongest team ever. But
I
also
think we had a pretty strong team.
We had a science-based question. And I looked at Batch and I went, this is where he evolves. This is where he shines.
Which one was it?
There you go. What is the branch of science called when you study plants? All right.
Oh, botany, of course.
Of course. So I look to my good friend Batch, who's got a degree in astrophysics or whatever.
I'm not a biologist.
And I say, what is it, my good friend Batch? And he turns to me and he goes, herbology. And then he says it one more time.
That's what he said. He went, ain't that from Harry Potter? And I went, no, I don't know.
Ask Madam Humphrey.
we actually wrote it down.
Yeah, we put herbology. I
Yeah.
couldn't think of anything else.
And then
honestly.
Sabina started squealing like a fucking mandrake. And
Oh, we've got one here, actually.
whoa.
That's Sabina.
Oh my God, bro. What was the question where Sabina shied from?
So the question was, what's the best degree to skim a stone? And she, what did she say?
She goes, boiling. When the answer, it was multiple choice question. It was 10 degrees, 20 degrees, and 40. Also, you said 40 degrees.
I was thinking 40 degrees.
Why would you throw a stone 40 degrees as well?
I've done
Skim it.
I've done it before. I've skimmed off it because it ricochets further, and then you
Throw
can
it straight
I
down,
bet you,
innit?
if I throw one at 40 degrees, it will go 2 miles.
When he
real?
throws skimming, it's like Hagrid. It just goes.
I can throw power.
You're actually quite strong.
Fuck
aren't you?
Beaksman Sanders to
throw.
death. Anyway.
Fuck me.
Yeah, we came last in the
Fuck Beaksman
quiz.
Sanders to head.
Yeah, we came last. We actually lost to the Muff Munchers committee.
Yeah, that's right. Shout out Laurel.
Who are the committee of the Muff Munchers community?
Fair.
Yes.
Yeah, his training is in physics. I'm more of a biology. He's more of a physics guy.
Yeah.
So we tend to.
The questions were, do you know what our true downfall was actually on the music round? Like we had a music round at the end and then
So bad.
Did they have Arthur Hill?
no, which is why we didn't get it.
The quiz was done by a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
One of the questions was like, how long does the carnivorous sarlacc take to digest its prey in Star Wars Return of the Jedi? And I was like,
Oh, you're a big Star Wars fan.
yeah, so I
know that
answered
one.
1,000 years and got
And
it
he
correct.
got it right. Hold that.
1,000
On
years.
long winter's night.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's
It's not a real creature, but
Yeah, of course it's fiction. That makes no sense at all.
but yeah. I mean, we're in theory.
What
be fair,
about
though.
not in theory?
We'll do.
To be fair though,
more
what?
quizzes.
I mean, we didn't do that bad.
I'll join you next week, and we'll have.
No, thank you.
I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be in South Africa.
You are off to South Africa, which we're going to speak about later on in the podcast.
Very
But
nice.
for now,
We will reveal that later.
you know what else was on Saturday?
What?
International Women's Day.
Yeah, you are the biggest simp ever, but I loved your post.
I
the whole
love women.
Yeah.
We all love women.
You posted it late.
Yeah.
My mum.
Yeah, you love them
posted it
so
a
much.
day
You
late.
posted it a day late.
Oh no,
pal.
because I was in solidarity with women, admiring George Clarkey for the day on Saturday. We were watching him play football, and then we were at the after party, and I was like, you know what? I really am in solidarity.
I was in Trafalgar Square handing out sanitary products for women for free.
Okay.
That, I'd sold out both big Tesco's.
Yeah.
Local.
It's sold out both big tests.
Because as well, I was going to post like early on in Saturday morning, but then I bumped into you in the feminist literature aisle in the library,
Yes.
and we just started yapping, and then we were
Yes.
like, oh my God, we got to go.
It's
I never had time.
It's a really deep
Pause.
topic once you get into it.
Yeah.
It actually, it's
Yeah.
quite a somber topic.
Yeah.
Oh,
I actually don't like to talk
But
about
International Women's Day, like I said on my Instagram story, all about equality for women and celebrating their successes.
Yes.
And
Would you
achievements.
like to sign my petition to change it to International Women's Week?
Oh.
Oh no, I'm just making it a daily occurrence. Sort of thing.
Well, I'm pushing for a week because
And
I
it
think
should
they
be
deserve
every
it.
day is something we should be doing, all of that. Championing women's equality, celebrating their achievements. So even though it's long after International Women's Day today, I just want to give you a little quote from Dame Jane Goodall,
Who's coming in any
Who's a
minute now, by the way.
primatologist.
Is she coming on the pod?
Well, we are choosing between her and you. We went with you for International Women's Day.
That's respectable because I want to speak about Hot Wheels. She
Yeah.
what-
She's
You wouldn't speak about
what is she going to speak about?
So we're going to need to go back
Wildlife?
half a second.
She doesn't have any Hot Wheels.
So she went and
Yep.
studied chimps in Tanzania, figured out that they use tools. It's not just humans. Up until then, everyone was like, oh, humans are the only animals. that use
What kind of tools are we talking about? Like,
rocks, sticks,
Oh, I'd argue even crows use tools.
primitive tools. Oh, crows can as well. But yeah,
Wow.
up until then, we were like, oh, humans are the only ones that do it. And actually, quite a few do. And anyway, she's just a big champion of like animal rights, treating animals well. She was, I think, the first person
always
in
get behind
scientific experiments
Yep.
to use names for the test subjects rather than numbers. So like the chimps would have actual names.
Oh, well, oh yeah, that's nice. To be fair,
Yeah, which is quite sweet.
because the animals have souls, even if you don't believe in them. Believe in the soul.
So yeah, she's big on that, and she's big on like wildlife conservation, all that kind of stuff. Like everything I'm passionate about, she's passionate about. So really love her and her work. So I was like,
Yeah.
oh, to celebrate and honor her, I'd show you one of my favorite quotes from her.
Yeah, I loved your story as well. Doing too much, but I loved it.
Working overtime, but fine.
Pirouetting on
This is
it.
a TED Talk.
And so you're related to her
There we
in some
go.
way because
That
she
is-
really reminds me of you.
Okay, you can pause it.
No, that's Chip at 3 a.m. in the corner of the club to the homies.
To be fair, like last time me and you went on a night out, we were sat in a corner playing Red Dead Redemption characters for
True.
30 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
So it's not far off.
Yeah, so we do that sometimes. We're getting into character.
so what are your thoughts on the quote?
What does it mean?
Talk.
To be honest, I can get behind it. The quote.
We don't know what she said yet. Could have been terrible. Could have been terrible.
Yeah, that's true. Wait, can she communicate with them?
So it's so funny, like out of context, just like being like, oh, there's a quote, and then she's just doing that, and then it's like a brief period of silence. And everyone just
clap it.
And then everyone
People
just
clapping,
applauds.
yeah. What was she actually doing?
So the reason it's such a good one is because like the context behind it is really interesting. Like she basically says that she loves these animals. She loves the chimpanzees in Tanzania, and they have voices that are often unheard. And so like she wants to act as a voice for the animals. And so she was like, and so to do so, I'm going to give you guys a nice greeting as would a chimp in Tanzania. And then did that. So very cool. About
okay.
giving voices to animals.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Can you recreate it?
Oh, you know what else is interesting?
I really want to watch
that's a
Planet of the
bold
Apes
segue,
now.
isn't it?
You've really got me.
Gonorrhea grandmothers.
Planet of the Apes.
You
is
should watch
great.
Have you watched
No
the
reaction.
fourth? Have you watched the fourth film?
Yeah, yeah, but I didn't like Kingdom
Oh
one
God,
much.
I said,
Oh, I thought it was good.
You really enjoyed the latest one.
Yes, I
We'll get
did.
to you in a minute.
Yeah,
The
'cause I like the
great.
new
The
characters.
first three though,
Grandmothers.
unbelievable.
Honestly, I was saying
But
the
I
best
miss
trilogy
I
better
miss
than the Dark
James
Knight
Franco
trilogy.
from the first one.
Yeah,
Apparently he dies. Really missed
Death?
that. They like allude to it in the later films that he's dead.
spoilers.
yeah.
Gonorrhea
Oh,
grandmothers.
sorry, yeah.
I've been out for ages. Come on.
Have you played Red Dead 2? Okay, fine.
Okay,
Arthur, we can
alright,
talk about
fine,
Gonorrhea
go on.
grandmothers.
Gonorrhea
Yeah, go
grandmothers.
on.
He's dying.
Yeah, plug your grandma. Go on.
He gets really frustrated, but he can't say he's sick. I know exactly.
I think it's the like
Start scratching the table. So please, guys.
having an idea of how it will go and then it getting derailed.
Yeah.
Like, you know what? I'm leaving.
Yes, I can't do this.
No. Anyway, as I was saying, gonorrhea grandmothers. So, ever heard of a sialic acid?
No,
No.
run me through. it.
So, pretty much all of your cells in your body
Yeah.
have on the surface of them these sugar molecules called sialic acids that basically are signs to your immune system being like, don't attack, I'm a friendly.
Yeah.
Right. So your immune system goes, oh, I recognize you. Okay, you're one of the homies. The protein that sort of binds to those is called the CD33 protein. And so we have the CD33 gene that makes it, all this kind of stuff. But we recently figured out that humans have a mutation. We've got a slightly different CD33 gene.
Not me.
Other hominins like Neanderthals, Denisovans, which obviously were around like 400 to 40,000 years ago, maybe even 300 to 50 for Denisovans. So we've got this.
We got one
slightly
stat right here.
different. So we brought a Neanderthal right in for us for this one.
Oh, sorry to go off topic. You know, I got more Neanderthal DNA in me than 93% of people
Whoa.
Most people.
Really?
Yeah, I got that shit on me.
We need to see you naked to really know.
What?
Oh, you seen me naked?
That's true.
Oh, you've actually got a bit of the Neanderthal like hard brow.
Yeah. That's from all my years
It's
of
good.
head
It's quite alpha
boxing.
male.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. I look like prey. You've got hunter eyes, and I've got, what are they called again?
Yeah, hunter.
No,
prey
he's got
eyes.
prey eyes.
No, I don't.
Because they're on the sides.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, prey is wider.
Yeah, your eyes are quite near to your
No,
ears.
the hunter eyes are like.
You're doing that.
Yeah, you're trying
You're
to.
literally
You're
going
forcing
like
it.
that.
No,
it's naturally
prey.
very like wide and like
You got eyes of a sheep.
y-axis narrow, whereas yours are yours are a lot rounder.
Is that what that is? That what hunter eyes is?
I'm prey.
Yeah, look.
I'm
You know what? Let's
hunter.
pull up a photo. Let's pull up prey versus
Hunter versus, yeah.
predator versus prey
Pull that
eyes
shit up.
or hunter eyes.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely prey. But I kind of like that.
It's whether you can see your upper
One of
eyelid,
the
right?
best Predator movies
Yeah,
is actually
so-
called Prey. So that
Prey.
what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean? No
Yeah,
one knows.
there's quite a lot of like upper eyelid exposure to do it as well, and negative canthal tilt and positive canthal tilt. But yeah, you've got kind of like half and half. You've probably got slightly more hunter eyes, and you've got
Okay,
maybe
Timothy
slightly more
Chalamet.
prey eyes.
Timothy
Oh.
Chalamet has prey eyes. Okay, love that.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Mewing Hub.
Mewing Hub, and it's just stolen their logo. Stolen
Hell,
Pornhub's
that's
logo.
such a hell yeah
that looks
moment.
Max, not like the main one, but one did one on a lot of the YouTube lot. I think Harry and George have the more prey eyes,
That's why they're so.
so it's a good trait. Evidently,
sexy.
it's yeah.
That is why they're sexy.
But yeah, anyway, so our mutated CD33 gene is slightly less effective at binding to the sialic acids. So they're a bit less likely to, bind and just be like, oh no, don't worry guys, let's not attack this because it's one of the homies.
So it's less likely to happen.
Yeah.
As in, so like the immune system for us might attack, is what you're saying.
Might be
Has more of a
more
chance.
likely to attack to something that goes don't attack.
Yep.
Which you look at and go, oh, that sounds like a bad thing.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about evolution is it's all about fitness. So it's not about stronger. Oh, like, in certain like niches, you could have an animal that gives birth to a much bigger, much stronger son. But if there's no competition, if there's no fighting going on, there's abundant food, it's just wasted energy. And so that's actually like not an advantageous trait. So you can have mutations that might be beneficial in some places, but obviously not in others. Same things like, heat dissipation, all that kind of stuff, whether you're in a hot or cold climate.
Yeah.
I digress. Anyway, so yeah, you think of that and go, assume that, pressure's going to work against that. However, gonorrhea.
Yes.
So some bacteria like gonorrhea, they do this thing called molecular mimicry, and they cloak themselves with these sialic acids. So gonorrhea will enter your body, and it will hold up those signs, going, "Don't attack me, I'm a friendly."
Cheeky gonorrhea.
And so if you've got these
This is crazy.
if you've got these CD33 genes that are really, really good and really efficient at finding these sialic acids, they'll go, "Oh no, let's leave that gonorrhea alone. It says it's a friendly,"
Yeah.
and it goes, "Haha, I'm going to attack." But because we evolved this gene that's slightly weaker at it, when gonorrhea comes into contact with people who have that mutation, all of a sudden their CD33 proteins aren't attaching, and the immune system's going to attack the gonorrhea anyway.
Yep.
And so the populations that have this mutated gene that we've got now are less likely to have gonorrhea. They won't have sexual health problems, more likely to reproduce. And so there's a selective pressure that means that we have this that other apes don't, and even very recent common ancestors. But the really interesting thing about this is it has it had an unintended knock-on consequence. So, women,
Yes.
they go through menopause, and after
Yes.
we've
I know
spoken about them
I do
already.
as well, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys are both familiar with women.
Yes.
Yes.
They go through menopause.
What the fuck is menopause?
They're putting men
No, I'm
on
joking.
pause.
Oh, they're putting
Oh, hell
right,
no.
we're fucked.
Well, I'm done. I'm actually a boy anyway.
They go through menopause. Around halfway through their lifespan, maybe a little bit after, and after that they can no longer have kids. Men are not the same. We can give
Our seed?
We can give our seed and reproduce much into later life,
Unlimited.
but women can't.
Unlimited
And so a lot of evolutionary biologists have been looking at, there you go, average age of menopause, 51 in the UK and 52 in the US.
Okay.
So given the average lifespan's about 80 for women, 78 to 80,
Yep.
it's a little over halfway. And so a lot of evolutionary biologists are going like, realistically, why are women designed to live so much longer after they've essentially done their job in terms of reproducing?
Yeah.
Like, are they not just consuming resources in a society and not adding to reproduction? Like, evolution would suggest that, you know, you should essentially pass as soon as you can no longer rear children.
Yeah. No longer pop them out.
But there's something called the grandmother hypothesis. Ever heard of this one?
Nope.
No.
Sort of a hypothesis that goes, oh, even though they're not able to give birth, they're still very important in societies because they can help look after young and
Nurture.
teach them things,
Yeah.
nurturing and stuff like that. So
Okay.
as long as you've got enough resources to feed the grandmother, if they're around, the benefit of them being able to help like bring up children is overall more beneficial.
Then them just
for the
passing.
populations
Yeah,
than
yeah,
them
yeah.
just passing.
And they don't
That
eat
makes
that
sense.
much, like a yogurt a
That's
day.
just yeah.
That's pretty much what
That's
feed
so
grandma.
so fucking true. Like the diet of like rice.
Yeah, just a froob and an
Rice.
almond.
Frubes. Yeah, my nan does love a fucking froob.
But with this discovery,
That just didn't sound right.
No, did she? Oh, she could handle a froob.
No,
all right.
honestly, she always got a froob in her mouth, and
Does she really?
no.
frubes are fantastic.
Was always alive.
I love them. Oh, you know what I love more than frubes?
What?
Wildlife tubes. CH. They're like,
Can we
they're
talk about Hot Wheels or something?
they're like,
Like seriously, can we talk about cars that go vroom?
how is this not cool? Wildlife
it's-
yogurts that squirt.
Oh, sorry. You know what?
Are you talking about
let me
yogurts
not
still?
disrespect you because those go so fucking.
No,
Yeah,
they got
really-
nothing on Munch
Those go
Bunch.
hard and they make me.
They got nothing on a Munch Bunch or a Petit Falou.
Oh, Petit Falou. Yes, love.
Remember
that.
the chocolate and the vanilla
Did you
ones?
ever, when you used to finish a full pot and you used to just become French?
Oh yeah, you just
Oui, oui.
Petit
Anyway,
food, they make my bones go stronger.
Oh, the Munch Bunch double up went freaking
Oh,
hard.
these are good.
I wasn't a fan, you know.
Oh,
Neither with these-
can you bring up animal bars?
These
Oh, I love animal
I
bars.
love animal
the little
bars.
strawberry ones that you squeeze. You could never get like
You couldn't get it all out.
Bars,
100% of the yogurt
And then
out.
you're sucking so hard that your lip goes inside it and it
hell
really
yeah.
hurts.
Hell, I used to love these.
Oh, I love
Oh,
animal
could you bring up
bars.
the pork chop from Minecraft? Oh,
Oh, pull that shit up.
so good though. Oh, really looking forward to the new Minecraft
Yeah,
movie. Sorry, I don't mean to give
Thank
free
you.
branding.
Look at
Oh
that.
my god, it looks
Raw
so
or
good.
cooked? Let's answer the real question.
Can we play Minecraft, guys? I haven't played.
Oh,
it
there
yet.
was
I
Yeah.
haven't played- and
you
I was
can.
watching a
Do you
clip
want to join the series?
other day, which made me message you guys about wanting to start streaming. I was watching a clip of you're in my bad books for this, him burning down your house with all the belongings in it. So I left a hate comment.
nice.
I
Can I just
reported
say-
the TikTok.
Can I just say
reported
the
all your
whole
channels.
Minecraft series we did on my channel was all scripted.
No, it wasn't.
Was it actually?
was part of
I could tell.
Don't say that,
I
'cause
could,
that would actually disappoint them.
I
Like,
can
it
actually
wasn't.
tell when Arthur's scripting it.
No, I scripted. You didn't know about the script. I scripted.
Yeah.
it.
He had
Destroy
a plan
Arthur's.
all along.
Yeah. Get
I was
rid-
actually fuming when you burnt. Not.
You were just an
Used to
extra.
happen, right? We went into the tower, you dropped lava on it from up above whilst I was fighting them. It killed me.
Chip.
Burnt my belongings.
At the end of the day, right, if you go and watch
Right.
that, you'll realise what I did. I went in there, calculated, and I killed a whole population.
Yeah, he actually taught you a lesson as well that nothing
Lesson
in
on
life lasts.
genocide. That's
You
cool,
went
isn't it?
in, tried to kill them. You were in a corner going, Badge, help me, help me, help me. Meanwhile, I'm above them, murdering all of them. Women, children, everything. Not just the men.
No, you know
Oh,
what?
that's equality.
I honestly, Thanos was right.
Thank you.
Consuming
Well-
resources, had to get rid of half the universe. It was the correct thing to do.
Yes, and pillagers have no place in my Minecraft seed.
No, that's
End of.
I could get behind that.
Interesting.
Also, you were getting too materialistic with your belongings on Minecraft.
It was, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was sending. You were going. You were going down.
Diamond sword.
Yeah.
You were
and it
going
went to
down
your
a
head.
dark path. You wanted
Went
that.
to your head. It
Yeah.
did go to your head. Seriously.
Can I?
You were hogging all the coal.
Can I finish my science and then I'm done?
Instead of turning 3 diamonds into a pickaxe, he made a chain and he just wore it round on his character. You know
Unbelievable.
that?
Also, you prefer to talk about science than the,
Minecraft.
the economics of his Minecraft seed.
Oh, you know what I really like? There's this imam on TikTok, and he always like responds to like really funny Q&A things. And there was a like Muslim kid who was like, "Hey imam, like I'm playing Minecraft at the moment with my friends.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to eat pork in Minecraft?"
Oh, good
There we go.
point. Good point.
Good question.
And he's like, as long as you're not doing it to be like, oh, I'm eating this as a way of, skirting around the rules and eating pork. As long as you're doing it because it's just part of the game and it's the sustenance in the game, it's fine, he said. Yeah.
That's fair enough.
That is fair enough.
Would he?
And I think same in Ramadan. I think, I wonder if, I would assume I would apply to Ramadan as well because obviously it's Ramadan at the moment. Hope everyone's fasting.
Well, yeah, because otherwise your character would die in games all the time. Like,
yeah.
You couldn't have a mini shield.
Yeah, how could you play RuneScape in the daylight? You wouldn't be able to. I guess you could fletch or mine or fish or something.
Would you like to come with us to we're going to a RuneScape, old school RuneScape
honestly,
convention.
I don't know what it is.
Bro, honestly, you
guys have fun.
When he gets into something, he gets fixated and it becomes his life.
I think it could be him.
It would ruin his life. He would become addicted.
We should get him on it.
It's the best game ever.
It's really good. It's the best. It is the best game ever.
It's probably not good to get me into it then, is it really?
No.
If you care about my
well-being. You can come to the old school RuneScape convention with me, Bailey and Arthur.
It was the other day.
That sounds like hell.
It was like 2 weeks ago. We missed
When's your birthday, by the way, Arthur? Because I've got a really fucking sick birthday present.
5th of April, Runefest. Sorry.
Oh shit, it's 5th of April. I need to get it now.
Yeah.
It's coming off Etsy, if that gives you any clues.
It was in Birmingham, March 1st and 2nd.
Oh, maybe it's a good thing we didn't go.
Fuck, sold out.
I genuinely, I was going to say...
We should have gone.
I was going to be like, let's do a vlog, but I was in Dubai with Theo.
Is it...
Reeve and Joe Weller.
RuneScape, is it... Do I not know about it? Because it was your...
Nah, it's you're in the right... How old are you? 25? Yeah,
24.
You're 24. Oh,
it's been just as big since...
God, you're great.
It's huge.
Because none of my friends played
Nah, it relaunched as well,
Yeah.
maybe about 7 years ago, as the old version got relaunched again, called Old School RuneScape.
Yeah, because there was like RuneScape, and then they brought in loads of stuff like they make combat more complicated.
Yeah.
They changed the graphics and made it more advanced. And everyone,
it's like RuneScape 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, RSA. And everyone was like, I kind of missed the whole like simpleness of point and click. Click on a monster and then you hit, they hit, like turn-based combat.
It is truly generational.
So they rolled it back and we're like, oh, you can keep RuneScape 3, but we're going to have an old school version.
And it's so good with friends as well.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like Club Penguin.
Me and my boys from
kind
home.
Of better.
Oh, yeah, so good. And like, you could spend a lifetime playing it and not finish.
You could play this at like 80. And
I know at the time, I've literally got to get straight into the GTA casino when I get back. So
I know about
I ain't got time.
Nah, but it is really good.
Well, at least when GTA comes out, we can all play that and stream that.
True.
And make videos on.
True.
No,
but anyway, just on the final point on the science, and thank you everyone for your immaculate patience waiting that entire time.
They were like, finally, normal conversation, actually.
Yes. Oh my God, they're going to talk about relatable things.
They've been waiting to find this final thing. So
go on then.
It had an unexpected consequence.
Yeah.
That it made your brain more efficient at tidying up your amyloid plaques.
Which are...
So when your brain's like working during the day, there's sort of like a lot of like byproducts that sort of like are left behind and they need to get cleaned up. And if they build up, they can lead to issues such as Alzheimer's. So you get late onto Alzheimer's from this build-up. And so they figured out that this mutation caused by gonorrhea actually might be contributing to us having grandmothers in society because they're not getting late onset dementia.
Oh, so it was helping clean that stuff up.
Helping clean that stuff up and making them less likely to get...
Yeah.
And so this was this was a study back in 2022. This isn't just,
Fucking love gonorrhea, man.
Evolution of human-specific alleles protecting cognitive function of grandmothers by Saha et al.
Saha did this.
I love Saha. Good player.
I believe that's a woman scientist as well.
Lewis.
It's not Lewis Saha.
She's brilliant.
But yeah, isn't that crazy? So if we had never had gonorrhea, if gonorrhea had never come about into society, we may not be able to have grandmothers. Women may not have lived so long.
One of my favorite things about you always have something interesting to educate me on in life.
We're now blessed with the presence of women longer than we deserve.
Now, speaking of that, I'd love to take you onto the topic of Hot Wheels. What were you going to say?
I was just going to say that's why I've had gonorrhea.
Yeah.
Because we need to keep it around.
That's why I keep getting it, actually.
Yeah.
No, right.
So technically, we should keep gonorrhea around is what you're saying.
No, it's all right. We've already got the mutation, so we're fine. Thank you.
So what you're saying is you want gonorrhea.
So what I'm saying is, what are you running from?
Good question.
How do you get gonorrhea?
We're running
oh, we're running from the people who haven't subscribed because you're stinky, to be honest.
Yeah, and we're running into the arms of our Patreon subscribers. Go subscribe and support us at patreon.com/BachAndArthur.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel.
Get a bunch of epic perks and rate us 5 stars. Anyway,
you get the podcast 24 hours early. There you go. How about that?
Running.
Sell it, guys. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, so running.
Running.
We've been running.
We've been running.
No, because
and you started running as well.
That's not necessarily true. It's up to 24 hours, and it's like most episodes. So from time to time, like if we're both on a plane, we've got no Wi-Fi.
Why are you doing
terms
this?
and conditions has
Why
arrived.
are you dropping the T's and C's? 18 plus only.
It's
T's and C's. UK and obviously, yeah.
No, it's important for them to know.
Yep.
Okay, but let's talk about let's talk
Let's talk about running.
Running.
So, briefly.
We're training for the London Marathon.
We are runners.
Ain't that right?
I
We're
actually did a
runners right
half marathon last night.
And he did a half marathon
Before the pub
before he
quiz.
turned up to the pub quiz.
I was dead and my ankles are shot today.
How's it go? Yeah, how are you feeling? How are your joints?
Terrible. It's very,
Actually, really, you're not feeling
yeah,
good?
because I'm running like 40k a week now. So
Are
that's
you-
like
You actually?
that's
Yeah.
like a lot for my body to like process.
Yeah.
But also, this is super weird, right? For the Sidemen match, I had to take 4 days off. And because I took 4 days off, my body's been so sore because it's like needs to run. Like it actually, So
Wow,
like,
really?
So like at the end of a marathon training block, you do this thing called a taper, which is like 3 weeks out. You start to, you still run the same amount of days, but you take down the mileage. So
Imagine
you will
if
go
Chip
from-
did a low taper run. It's still massive. It really is.
This is what we were doing to him, talking about yogurt whilst
Now he's got us back.
How does it feel?
This is his Hot Wheels. So yeah, you take down the mileage. You go from 40k a week to 30k to 20k, 10k.
Actually, that ninja clip.
He just ignored you. He just straight up ignored
He's got
you.
me back.
How does it feel?
How does it
Oh yeah, put up a photo of a Minecraft pork chop again.
Well, actually.
No, go on, seriously.
Okay, no, I actually don't mind talking about Ninja for a little bit. 'Cause-
no, shut up.
Okay, fair enough.
You gotta do a low taper run.
Yeah, you gotta do a low taper.
Low taper.
You got a low taper run, and your body starts to like. People talk about it, like you feel like shit during a taper because your body like is expecting to run and it's not.
Wow.
That's what
Yeah.
Freezy was saying to me because I hit a 16k. I felt awful afterwards, and he was like, "You need to get a 5k in like the next couple of days, otherwise your body will just
You're
not
gonna
feel
like
good."
crap.
Because your body
so
need
odd.
because now our long runs are looking like half marathon, like that sort of
it's getting
distance.
crazy, isn't it?
So I guess our body is just so used to that. I could never have imagined myself running like
The fact that
This amount now.
we were now at the stage where it's just like, oh, you did today on a Monday. Oh, just half marathon after work.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
It's just stupid.
it's so time consuming as well, isn't it? Like,
Very.
2 hours of running after.
Very.
Yeah.
I love it, but it actually is very difficult to do as like a creator because your schedule is already all over the place. I think.
Yeah.
Like, normally you work
Hard to
after
stay
work.
consistent, yeah.
So you're doing streams or whatever you're doing, making videos, or there's something that you're doing, and then you're like, oh, I can't do that now because I got to
Yeah.
do my run.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad we did this.
Yeah.
I'm really loving it. You
Yeah,
loving it?
it is sick. Me and Batch are always giving each other kudos on Strava.
That's right.
And
Well,
I've
biggest
just
supporters.
started running. Do I follow you? As well?
I don't even believe you because you were such a running hater. I tried to get you
He
into
was
it
a
for
running
ages.
hater.
No, I
wasn't he?
was, and then we had a football match
Yeah.
cancelled, and I was like, I like doing cardio from time to time, just because. But I don't like running. But
Cardio is in like a sports cardio.
yeah, as in we'll play a bit of touch rugby, a bit of
paddle or
football,
some
paddle,
shit,
something
yeah.
like that. Like we'd play paddle this morning for 2 hours. Like, I always like to get a bit of cardio in because I don't do it in the gym.
Yeah.
And it had been a while, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go for a run. Had no idea where to begin. I asked ChatGPT, and it was like, try running about 8 kilometers per hour and just run.
How long did you do a
for like
5K?
20 minutes. So every day I've been like increasing my pace.
Wait, what are you do? Wait, you've done more than one
So
run.
I'm just running 20 minutes. I'm just running for 20 minutes. I ran 3 kilometers at the start on the first day. That was a bit easy. 2 days later, ran
Easy.
3.5 kilometers. That was a bit too easy. Ran 4 kilometers in 20 minutes. That one was getting there.
You can run 4 kilometers in 20 minutes.
The other day I've
already.
done 4.3k in 20 minutes, and now I'm starting to be like, this is quite hard.
You did 4.3k in 20 minutes. His 5k will be quicker than my 5k.
You reckon? Well, the thing is, he's only training in tempo right now. I was
Yeah.
saying he should wear his Apple Watch.
Yeah.
But you're saying it kind of overstimulates you a bit if you wear your Apple Watch running.
Oh, you?
Don't say that publicly.
Arthur,
That's true.
if you
Yeah, I
like,
did say, but
He said he doesn't like it on his wrist.
But if you like
every
statistics,
podcast episode
Arthur-
at the moment, it's like, Arthur,
Yeah.
you're really not helping the autism allegations.
honestly,
because
it was-
everything you fucking say at the moment.
It's so funny though because we're like on the way to the pod studio
Yeah.
a few weeks ago, and he's like, "Oh, I've finally got my Apple Watch back up and running," and he's wearing it casually. And then he's telling me that he started running, and I'm like, oh, so what's your heart rate at? Because you should be doing easy runs and stuff. That's how you build it up and run in zone 2. And he's like, oh, I don't wear my Apple Watch for running.
It's the one thing you probably should be doing.
He wears it casually, but not to exercise.
Oh, so how are you measuring are you doing it with the
So that's why he's just doing the 20-minute run.
on the phone?
So I do it on a treadmill. Because that's the thing. Like, when ChatGPT was like, "Oh, run 8 kilometers an hour, then 10, then 12."
You wanted to.
I was like,
set
I
the
have
pace,
no
isn't
idea
it?
what pace that is.
It's the gym in your building good, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. And so I'll just get on the treadmill, whack a bit an interesting video on, or listen to my own audiobook, and then it's got a button. You can just go, how far do you want to run? And I'll just put in like 4.3.
Yeah.
And then I'll calculate how like the speed I need to go, and so I'll just turn up to that speed and hop on, and then I'll instantly know that if I've run 4.3K in 20 minutes, then I'll,
That's unfortunate.
So maybe tonight, I know we play paddle today. Maybe tomorrow I'll try and do 4.5 in 20 minutes.
I was going to say you should do the marathon, but it's probably too late.
That's the thing. I'm not that bothered about running that long.
Wait, maybe a half
really
that would be really fun. I tell you what, the half marathon, the Hackney one. Did you do the last one?
No, I didn't do it. I'm signed up for this one.
It's an amazing day out. It's kind of like, it was my first ever one, right? And I didn't know what to expect. And when I did it, I was like, wait, this is like one of the coolest experiences ever. You kind of almost forget that you're running during it. How many
kilometers is it?
Because it's 21.
21.1,
like
21.1, is it?
21.1, something like that.
And then marathon's
42.2, yeah. So as you're going through, like the streets are obviously packed. It's a really good one, the Hackney one. And there's just music, there's live bands and music and DJs just playing like absolute bangers at every corner.
Yeah, I came to watch.
And it was fucking amazing. Yeah. And you just kind of forget you're running and have the best time ever.
Did you make the video, or was it Theo made the video on the last one? I did watch it.
Probably see it.
Theo? No, it was Pitchside.
Was it a Pitchside?
Pitchside, I think.
Oh yeah, it was, because I was seeing Lewis in there as well. Yeah.
But we are making one for the fellas, one for the London Marathon.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Might do a second channel video as well, just an easy one.
I'm filming something for it, even if it's just
because it's first marathon, right? You want to
first
remember
one,
it.
It is interesting because it does wake me up, because at the moment I do so much like heavy weightlifting. Like I'll do 5 sets and it will take me like 20 minutes to get through 5 sets of like heavy benching, because I need so much.
Do you do it in the morning, by the way, the running? It's very good to do in the morning. Sets your day up really nicely.
I either do it between breakfast and lunch, or between lunch and dinner, because we've got to wait for the gym to be completely empty.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like if you go
you're treadmill running, aren't you?
If you after 5, like if you go before 9 or between like 5 and 8, like it's such a corporate building.
Have you gone on a run outside yet, or you just been doing treadmill? Do you want to or not?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, but I wouldn't know.
Should do it. Interesting to put some supers on him and send him on a 5K. See his time.
I think he would have a good time. Yeah. He's naturally him.
Yeah, well, you are him. You've got to wear an Apple Watch, though. I want to know what your heart rate is.
You have to. Yeah, you need to track it with the Apple Watch.
I don't like the feeling of my clothes as it is on my body. I like a watch.
He is naked.
I need to be naked.
A watch whilst you're running as well.
I don't like clothes on your body either.
Oh, because I've been trying to get him to do a naked podcast with me for so long.
Yes, he has. He's been very pushy on it. Actually,
we can just blur like the bad bits. We could blur the bad bits, and there are no bad bits.
Well, the balls.
Yeah.
No one wants to see balls.
Actually, just whilst we were speaking about I can't remember whether I put this in a group that you were in.
Was it
me, Batch and Liv got a lift home
because I'm in so many groups. I can't.
Yeah, thank you.
When I was talking about it was in the quiz chat, I think.
Oh,
where like literally it was me, Batch and Liv getting a taxi home. It was like a 1 hour taxi back from the Sidemen football match after party all the way home, and I get in the front, Batch and Liv are in the back, and obviously I can't see them. And I just go, oh, do you guys want a small talk, or do you want to just go to sleep? And Liv just goes, you are very strange.
Basically. Well, because I'd rested my head and you went, oh, you're going to sleep this journey? And I went, I don't know, probably. And you went, I'm just figuring out whether to small talk or let you sleep.
Oh, yeah, that was it. Actually,
that's weirder. That's weirder. And Liv was like, you are strange, aren't you?
That's the most Arthur thing ever.
Yeah. But it's so, when you think about it.
Because you just never acknowledge, small talk is something that you're not meant to acknowledge.
Yeah.
Do. But you're like, come, should we make small talk?
That's what I do with George. Whenever me and George are like chilling, like waiting around, and there's like someone that we don't know that well, I always turn to him and go, oh, so what should we small talk about?
Oh, really?
And George always gets so awkward.
Or like get into an Uber. So, driver, would you like small talk?
No, because
should we stick to our own devices?
You can turn it off on Uber now, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
You can say,
I actually do that as well.
Oh, I don't.
I always like to throw a spanner in the work and put bags. Yes, and never bring any. Never let them know your next move.
They're out with the boot open, and then you.
I got the bag on me. All right.
Oh,
But you can't have some before you drive.
oh my God.
What, ball bag?
You can't have some. You can't have some.
before you drive.
Oh, Batch, by the way, after running, can you just smell your own balls? Like, I'll sit on the sofa and I'll go, holy shit.
Bro, the amount of time
I could just smell my own balls, like from up here as well. Like, it's all waft.
we
I
went to,
spray
we
that
went to
shit with
Canada
deodorant.
together, and the amount of time he spent just going like, why do I love the smell of my gooch? And I was like,
How the hell can you smell your gooch?
It's not the gooch, it's the balls.
He was like,
get it right.
asking me as if
Get it right.
He was like asking me as if I like know the biology behind him loving
No,
his own
but there has got.
Can you explain this?
of course,
Honestly.
pheromone 34C.
There's got to be something behind it, like an intellectual reason why I just love sniffing the scent of my own balls.
Oh, maybe it's because you've just exercised, which is good for your health, and you can smell the exercise, and you're like, oh yeah, that smells good. I want to keep.
Oh, but do you use
Honestly,
Manscaped's
it
cool
gives me a
butt
test
duster
boost on the
deodorant?
spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a phenomenon
Does it
of
arouse you? or-
self-recognition at chemical level. Our bodies.
Self-recognition. Oh hell yeah!
Oh, this man
Pat on
got.
the back,
I got it.
Oh, that's me.
I got that
That's
shit.
me, all right. So our bodies are naturally less threatened by our own sense. Okay, that's less threatened.
Oh, because I would even fart in my own mouth. if I
Oh,
heard that
by
shit.
the way,
That's delicious.
by the way, you'll like this. There is a bar in London called Moonshine Saloon, and it's just fully like Red Dead themed.
I got that
And
thing on my list.
Everybody that works there is dressed up like
Yeah, and they play a character, right?
yeah, and you can either go and do that, and
And you sneak in your own alcohol and everything.
let's
Oh
do it.
yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, we
Well,
should do that.
we should all go. I
Do it
just
for a
wanted to
video.
bring that up.
You should do that for a video, really.
because I really want to go there. Because I was just kind of wishing the other day that it was 1895.
Oh, do you want to know why marathon length is what it is? Do you know this one?
Yes.
Oh, do you know all about Philippides?
I mean, you should still tell it because I don't think a lot of people will know, but it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So 490 BC, Greco-Persian Wars. The Persians outnumbered the Greeks 25,000 to 10,000.
Yeah.
I've also seen 20,000 to 10,000. But the Greeks won. They had a really cool. It's not written there, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to remember.
They won, and
But
now all they do is smash plates for a
essentially-
living.
They weakened their center, right? So the Persians were attacking them.
Yeah.
The Greeks weakened their center and they strengthened their flanks. So as soon as the Persians came in and attacked their center, they flanked them, surrounded them.
No, they wank them.
The Persians
You know what that is?
Absolutely
by the way?
terrified and ran
You know
away.
what that's called?
What?
Strategy.
Yeah, it's good strategy.
Oh, you just dropped a knowledge bomb real quick. Oh, thank God he's got a mic.
Didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, do you know what that is? War, mate.
Obama, come outside.
The Athenians only lost.
He did the mic drop, didn't he?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But yeah, the Athenians only lost 192 people, and the Persians lost 6,400.
192.
And they just bottled it, and they just absolutely ran. And so Philippides
Yep.
ran about 25 miles or 40 kilometers from the battlefield all the way to Athens to be like, "We won!" And he rocked up, said that, and then collapsed and died from exhaustion.
Did he actually die?
Yeah.
I could run a marathon without training, without dying.
Oh, post warfare. In those conditions, he might have had gonorrhea.
Yeah, so wait, why 26.2 instead of 25? Yeah, because it's actually 26.2
Yeah,
miles,
so
right?
Queen Alexandra requested that the marathon start at Windsor Castle and end at the Olympic
Oh, of course
Stadium's
she
Royal
did.
Box.
For the 1908. So the first
Disgusting.
marathon,
She's like a king the way she's obsessed with the Royal Box.
it was in 1908. Hey.
Yeah, for the 1908 Olympics. So that was 26 miles and 385
Oh,
yards.
that was the first marathon.
And so that was adopted by the World Athletics Association in 1921.
Oh, wow.
That's such a hell yeah moment.
But
That
there
is
you go.
epic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've got the Battle of Marathon.
Wow.
Isn't it crazy though? Like how some humans can run a marathon in under 2 hours.
Well, and
And-
there's not some, it's just one, right?
Is it
Kipchoge did it,
just
but it
Kipchoge?
wasn't in a race, so it's not been done in a race yet, right?
Really?
It was done under like certain conditions. Like he had people in front of him
Running, breaking the wind and stuff.
breaking the wind and stuff, and like I think handing him drinks, which I don't think is allowed,
Okay.
There you
or
go.
something like that. I'm probably wrong. but-
Fastest marathon time ever for
You
men
know,
is
you
2
know
hours,
what's
35
really
seconds.
sad is
Oh, so it didn't come
Kelvin Kiptum. He died,
not-
didn't he?
Oh, did we?
I really hope I'm right. You'll have to correct if I'm
Wait,
wrong.
what?
Imagine he's still alive.
Oh, really?
No, this guy, right, is the world record holder in the race for the marathon, and he died at the age of 24
Kelvin
really
Kiptum.
recently.
Yeah, that.
So he would have
February
broke
2024.
He
Oh
would
my
have
God.
broke that record.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think it was a car accident. Really sad. Road traffic collision.
Oh,
Theo
that
was
is-
talking about this. So obviously, like most explosive sports, football, boxing, that kind of stuff, your prime's like 26 to 28.
Yeah.
Start to fall
Then you
off
start to fade off,
later
don't
on.
you? Kind of like
He said
football,
that with running, it's not really the case. Your sort of cardiovascular endurance is still pretty solid into your.
Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Between 25 and 35.
Oh, I that gives me hope.
That's right. Humans are just built to run long distance. That's right. Persistence hunting.
We are. Yeah.
That's kind of cool though, isn't it?
What?
We are the best long distance running species on the planet.
Are we
The best.
actually? Is that?
Factually the best.
Wow.
No, if you took so you
What is it that makes us like that? Because
we can sweat.
yeah.
Most other
What's the
animals
science
can't.
behind it?
I don't know if is there another animal that sweats.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, think about that
all
now.
can.
What animals sweat?
We just think how much skin you got on show, so the heat transfer is so much better. Bipedal, so much less energy expended when you're on two
Bipedal's
legs.
huge.
So yeah,
It's crazy when you run a really long race and you finish it, you feel salty, like salty as fuck.
And you
It's
can
so
lick it
weird.
as well. It's delicious.
Yeah. Well, in the marathon, they consume like salt chews and stuff. That's what you're meant to do, so you don't cramp up.
Other apes
Yeah.
and stuff sweat. Horses and hippos sweat. Some mammals, but yeah, not so much. It's really interesting, actually, the sort of like evolution of our legs as well. Obviously, that's why our knees are so bad. We didn't evolve long enough, as we haven't been two-legged long enough for evolution to really iron out the weaknesses in our knees.
So how long until our knees are like, yeah, hell yeah?
There's no
never be.
selection pressure for it anymore, because people who have slightly weak knees, like people who do their ACL and MCL all the time,
Yep.
are not less likely to have kids. You just do your ACL. There's no selection pressure on it anymore. So these are probably our knees.
This is the best.
Until we can rewrite our genome exactly, and until we figure out what exact genes cause them to be stronger, weaker, and we can tweak those. Maybe we'll almost certainly be able to do it at some point.
I definitely got weak knees.
Yeah, but it's really interesting as well. You don't really think about how efficient it is that they're directly beneath us as well. So if you think of something like a crocodile, if you think how their legs are, they sort of stick outright rather than being like directly
so they
beneath them.
Yep.
If you imagine crawling like that, how much energy
You'd be expending,
just going a couple hundred
because
meters
I actually was
like
trying that
that.
recently, and it's fucking difficult.
What, doing that?
Just crawling like a crocodile. It was in my flat. It was for an experiment
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
between myself.
that's really weird.
but
the
yeah,
floor.
we've evolved very efficient traveling, really. But not enough.
Shout out to us.
A little
We're
rickety old
simply the
knees.
best.
We're
We are
simply
the best.
fucking so good. Man.
Simply the best.
Bow,
Better now.
And us just being super smart as well. So cool.
Great
better
brains, the best brains, the best throwers, the best runners.
Oh, we give the best
The
brain
best
out there.
stroke game.
Oh, and the best stroke game. Yeah, the best back shot givers is there as well.
Oh,
It's
That's
National Back Shot Day.
oh my god.
No, I'm waiting for that.
And yes, the little tweak to our brain, the little evolutionary mutation that happened in a tiny little valley in Africa. Speaking of Africa, you're off to south of Africa,
What a
also
segue.
known as South Africa.
This man is the
next
GOAT.
week.
Hell yeah.
So in case you haven't already, tell us why you're going.
I'm going because I'm making a video though. I can just say
Ooh.
it. Okay,
you're making a movie.
I've already filmed like part of it. I'm doing like the world's most luxurious sleeper trains. And there are
Nice.
2 in
Ooh.
South Africa.
Wow.
One's called Rovos Rail, one's called the Blue Train.
And are they luxury? Are they?
They are crazy.
Really?
And to be fair, this video's been done before by like Ryan Train, but I always wanted to do this video. I was so gutted when he uploaded it. I was like, fuck, he's beat me to it. But I've decided to like do different trains.
Oh, that's
Because he did the Orient
Cool.
Express, which is like Europe's most luxurious one.
Yeah. And you got a different spin on it. As
I've got a different angle on it. I'm taking Sabina, different storyline.
Yeah.
You know,
It's another vibe.
so it's going to be it's going to be hella romantic and stuff. But I'm going for so long because the train schedule is like just a bit fucked.
Oh, so how long are you in South Africa for?
I'm going from like the 15th to the 27th.
Oh,
I actually don't
that's
want
like 12 days.
No, it is. I don't want to be gone that long because I'm going to miss you guys.
quick maths? Come on.
Almost
miss you
12 days.
Yeah. I'm not excited about it.
Could be
But
12 days.
I'm excited, but then
That you're away
I'm
for.
going to think about
Even-
you guys whilst I'm there.
I really tried. I really tried. I was seeking
Yeah,
on
you
that
did.
one.
You truly do.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That would be a great video. You really, you do put out full movies these days. Like
Thank you. I'm trying to actually kind of scale it back a little bit so I can upload more until my team's a bit bigger. I need to hire more editors.
Right.
But
if you ever want me to edit, just let me know.
Yeah, I fucking can you just do everything with me?
Do you know what? Now you've given me this video idea, I think I'm going to film it quicker than you and get it out first.
If you do, I will respect you for that. This video cost me a fucking fortune.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take your card, I think.
You know what? Why don't you just take my bookings and reservations?
Actually.
Or why don't you just come with me instead
yeah.
of Sabina? It could still be romantic.
Right, well, hope that goes well. That's very cool. So
I'm not interested. Hope that goes well. Fuck you.
Well,
Yeah, good luck with that. Sounds awful.
we got a little alien segment before we move on to submissions. So
Yeah. By the way, there's a big alien movie coming out. And I just
it called?
remembered that earlier.
What is it?
It's not got a name yet, but it's done by Steven Spielberg.
wow.
Oh, cool.
Which means it's going to be a fucking blockbuster.
Yeah.
And it's just about a UFO.
Any
So
UFO?
Oh, cool.
I hope it. The last good alien movie was Nope.
Summer 2026 next year.
Interesting.
I really enjoyed it.
I was saying this on the podcast the other day, but I couldn't remember what the new acronym is. They don't like
UAP.
UAP, and what's that?
Unidentified
Projectile.
Aerial Phenomena.
Is it?
Phenomena, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's because there's a stigma around the word UFO, so they tried to move away from it because people just take the piss.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough because and people also like the common person thinks like UFO means alien when it doesn't always mean alien. It could be
Just any flying object.
It could be a Russian fighter jet that's just not been identified by radar or whatever.
Interesting. But yeah, rather than going to because we've had a lot of science and we had the history of the marathon, we thought we'd not go too detail orientated, more philosophical questions. So why do aliens interest you so much?
I think it's just crazy to me that we live in this, such a large universe that we don't even know how fucking big it really is, and where this just
Is that
unique.
true? Is it big?
Oh,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's crispy.
It's big enough. It's
bigger than the Earth.
and we're just this one planet
sure.
with this unique life form, and it's the only one that we know and can find, and we can see quite far out, and there's nothing apparently. That to me just seems crazy. And we do know if it's true, and we do eventually find them. It's the biggest discovery in the history of humankind.
Yeah,
Oh,
true.
It truly is. Like nothing could even come close to it.
What if I told you to look to your right now?
Fuck.
What's he called again?
No. No, it has to be bleeped.
Oh my goodness. Good God.
Oh my god, his fucking penis thing lights up.
For anyone who's wondering what was behind the beep, it was the craziest slur ever.
Oh, he speaks.
He doesn't have a name, it's just alien, lol. That's written down on screen.
Squeeze him in the right place, he goes, my vagina.
Hollywood
No, he
aliens, a tool to get the common person used to the idea that aliens might be real.
Imagine
Do you
they're
think?
green and like
Potentially.
mad efficient as photosynthesizing and they don't need to eat, they just snack on the sun.
That just sounds like a plant,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Yeah.
There's one right there.
But conscious and walking.
Oh, fine.
I always loved the idea that aliens, the idea of the really advanced ones are just humans, but just
From the future.
way, like was just developed millions of years
So is
ahead.
that part of it? It's like an excitement, almost like, because if that is the case, I mean, because we
Think about discovering a new animal on this planet, like the excitement that someone would get from that obviously we've discovered
Forrest
a lot of them.
Galante.
Yeah,
Like
so
YouTube
think of
does it all the
that,
time.
but think of it as discovering out a different planet.
Yeah,
It's
that is
even
mental.
bigger. It's cool, even though like the chances are so slim. I do think it will happen in our lifetime, even
that
with such little evidence we have.
What, we
Pure
discover aliens?
Yeah.
Maybe. I mean, because even if it's just microbial life, it counts.
Well,
Yeah.
You know, Elon Musk said recently that he doesn't think there's aliens because he thinks he has high enough access to know. But I don't believe that. I think Elon Musk, the one person, they'd definitely be keeping it.
Not as in there aren't aliens, as in like we're not aware of aliens and it's not a
He
secret thing.
he thinks that he has the access to any files that we would keep that we would know about.
Right.
I don't believe that.
I don't think we'll ever find intelligent life because if it's intelligent enough, it won't let us find it.
That's one thing, right? If there is life that's intelligent enough, it probably can get here, but it could probably, if it can get here for a start, then it can definitely hide.
But why would it want to hide?
Well, it's
Why are you
one of the
not why would
classic
it want to,
reasons.
why are you
if
so
you
sure
look
it
at
would
the
hide?
human race,
Yeah.
right? We are a race that actually is we are against each other. We kill each other, and which is, you know,
like every animal.
we're not progressive. But yeah, but maybe them out there to achieve that state where you can go multiplanetary and faster than light travel, which obviously can't exist. But if it was to, or if there was something like that, you'd really have to stop. You'd have to stop fucking killing each other, wouldn't you?
I don't know, you know, because I mean, as much as you think
we have the ability to just destroy ourselves very quickly. We have one, but with the fucking football that the president has, just press that button, put the codes in, boom, it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
if they can get to this planet, I imagine they would know that, right?
No, but we know this and we still come really close. And like, if there's alien life out there, it would have had to evolve exactly like us from like, you know, inorganic matter.
Not necessarily though.
Proteins. They would have.
What if they're not emotional beings? But then again, if you don't have emotion, what's the drive to?
But either way, there would be competition among them. Like you can't. Like that's so fundamental.
Well, maybe that's part of the whole experience is overcoming that.
Who knows?
And we as a species are struggling to overcome that because it's very, you know, there's a lot of politics and everything is all about power on this planet.
Yeah, well, humans are so tribal naturally. We speak about it all the time that like we like to think of ourselves as civilized, but we are
like we have the option to not consume animals and meat, but we still choose that option.
Yeah.
But there are half of not half, but there's a good part of the population that do make the choice to not eat animals. So it's possible, but not all of us are doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think if there's like if any species know we exist, alien species know that we exist, they would not contact us anyway.
100%, because
they're advanced enough
think of the religious implications that would happen if an alien just pops out of the sky and goes, "Hey guys, we're friendly, but we exist."
Yeah,
it would go fucking nuts because anybody that follows a certain religion might be like, this wasn't what it said in.
Yeah, how does this fit in?
You know, this wasn't said what it says in the book that I follow. How does this fit in? Like, what do you guys believe in?
That would
you're so advanced that you've come out of the sky like fucking, you know, a god, quite literally, and you believe in something so different. Everything we've been following for thousands of years is a lie. Yeah, it caused an uproar.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, you discover aliens, and then just like that, we become aliens as well.
Yeah,
there's always but there's always theories about like Hollywood aliens, things like that. They always desensitize human beings to the idea of it and be like, you know. And as years have gone on, people are more, you know, accepting of the idea that they might exist. And there's been so many whistleblowers that have come forward, and they're coming forward more, and they're like, "Yep, it exists. There's craft, blah blah blah." You see it hit BBC News. It's less of a, you know, laughable topic now. I think at least.
Actually, you know what's really interesting?
I don't know.
I wonder if is it just about here? Oh yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Astrophysics for People in Hurry.
I've read that book.
I've read it as well. Yeah. Just left a Goodreads review. But I really liked the take on aliens. It was really interesting. Yeah. He sort of spoke about not us finding them, but how they would find us and the kind of stuff they would look for and the kind of like, you know, the radio waves that come off our planet. They'd look at our planet and go, "Oh, we know what kind of planets give off radio waves naturally. This is giving off ones that are, you know, just not how we'd expect. There's more of it. Oh, it's a blue planet. We can analyze the light. There's probably water. We know that water, all this kind of stuff. It's a really interesting read if you're an alien enjoyer.
But the thing is that it all assumes that any other form of life will be similar to ours. Or like
I've always wondered. Our understanding is like, you know, for life to exist, like water, stuff like that, the stuff that humans need to exist. Yeah. But we don't really know if a different life form can exist under different conditions.
Yeah. Yep.
And our branch of science that we've gone down, our like science path, there could be complete different other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
And we've gone different ways.
The laws of physics may even break down at some point in the universe, which allows a whole different kind of thing that we don't even...
One of the main things about that Area 51 Bob Lazar and all these things, even though a lot of people call him a fraud, is that there is craft that, you know, has this anti-gravity propulsion system that we just don't understand, and we can't figure it out. And he would say because of the way we've gone with science has led us down a different path, and we can't quite break through and reverse engineer it. But then there are others that say we have reverse engineered it.
Yeah, I mean, it depends whether you believe him or not, though.
Yeah, of course, he's a sketchy guy, but at the same time, he's got good story, and some things have come true that he said. So there are some things that back him up, but then there are other things that aren't. Yeah,
and to be like, I've watched those sorts of documentaries, and knowing that there's a huge possibility that what he's saying is a load of rubbish, it's just interesting to hear it.
Very
Like
interesting.
the chart.
If anything, the David Grush stuff is the most interesting because this guy is an intellectual. If you watch him and listen to him, it's like it's good shit. It's like listening to someone like yourself, like talking, but he's obviously had this high level clearance before, and he's just coming forward, and it sounds so sincere. And he's just like, this exists.
Yeah.
You know, my life's on the line here, and he did all that, and then he.
Oh, he's a former US Air Force officer.
This was fucking massive. You should go away and research it. Obviously, even if you don't believe in it, it's still super interesting to like hear someone's take on it, because you're like, you know what if this guy actually just telling the truth?
Yeah.
It would be.
And so what are your dream scenarios when you think, let's say I tell you, by the way, aliens are real, they're coming to Earth tomorrow.
Yeah.
When you're sitting there going, oh, what if they kill us all, blah, blah, blah. That's worst case scenario. What do you think best case scenario is?
Best case scenario.
They got 3 boobs.
There is kind of no. I think there's kind of no best case scenario in the sense that I do think like it would cause religious uproar. So I don't think we're ready just yet. There's still probably a while.
Focusing on the negatives there. I'm saying, what are the?
I just can't see. The best case scenario would be that, you know.
What kind of things? So I'll give you an example. I think for
What
me,
is the best case scenario?
I think aliens landing and saying, oh, by the way, we understand how DNA works. Like, you know, like we've spoken about this before. It's the same sort of, you know, you get the fundamental building blocks of life. You find them on asteroids. They are the things that build amino acids and proteins. And eventually genes and all that kind of stuff. So that's just my ideal scenario. They would come down and say, by the way, we know how genes work, DNA works, this kind of stuff. We can show you how to change your genome. So anyone who's got genetic defects that they don't want to live with, they can change them.
Yeah.
You can live forever because here's how to not deteriorate them. By the way, here's a massive, here are modern science textbooks, you know, download this 1 gigabyte file and it's got.
But then again, it just feels like it's going against everything because we figured this out for hundreds of thousands of years on our own. Just some advanced being to come down and be like, all right, here's the fucking rest of it.
And just play
it's
God.
cool though, isn't it?
It's very cool.
Just by being like, oh wow, we may never need to get ill again. We may never need to see.
Well, you don't want them to come down and be like, hey, by the way, your understanding of physics, you're completely fucking off. Like you're going the wrong way.
Yeah,
that would be. Right? Well, I mean, that's the same as a pioneer.
Well, if we actually were off, then it's good that they come down and tell us so we can actually reverse it. But we'd just be going back.
The thing is, it would be interesting, but at the same time, like they come down with this big book. Let's say they know everything about the universe and they could just tell us that information. You can't just take it as the truth. You have to test it. Otherwise, you're just essentially thinking this big book is true because these guys have come here and said it's true.
Yeah, but like a biology textbook doesn't just go, so either way, evolution's true. It's like fossil records, here's the DNA evidence. Here's
but that's full of
endogenous retroviruses. Like it's just.
But that's full of our research.
But that's what I mean. I think
it will still take just as long for us to do the research that they give us the answers to in the book, whether we have that book or not. I think
we just know which direction to go. At least,
like
if they gave us a book and we're like, oh, by the way, this is how this works.
Yeah, because we wouldn't have to figure out how to at least get there. We'd have the idea of here's what to do. Well, right now we don't even have that.
If they give us instructions, sure. But I'm saying like if they were to give us just like a textbook that says, okay, the universe is this large, we still have to get to the point where we can test how large it is.
And figure out how large. Yeah.
No, I mean, but like for example, with the DNA thing, like if they just said, oh, by the way, this is the reason DNA is deteriorating. Here's the old age, like. Here's a gene you can insert to switch it on and off, or here's a way that you can manipulate the DNA helicase that, you know.
I always
it's just stuff
feel like it has something to do with consciousness as well, because that's something that blows my fucking rocker.
Yeah,
the fact that we have this inner monologue, this inner mind that kind of lives in its own world and is not you but is you, and it's just this blows my fucking mind, because it's like you die. Does it die with you? Where does it go? Feels like we're like meat bodies, okay, and we have a little antenna that connects to something, and there's this thing called consciousness. I can never get my head around it. I hope that's the one, like the study of consciousness, I hope advances quicker than anything, because I find it the most interesting thing.
Imagine they just aliens come and go, by the way,
you can't replicate it. We can't. Feels like we're so far behind on that, but it feels like them.
It's very complicated.
Yeah,
it took a long time to evolve.
And people always like associate with this soul, which is obviously quite a religious thing. Yeah, fuck knows.
Yeah. But imagine they come and just went, oh, by the way, your consciousness, like what you're doing right now is very dangerous. Even if we tell you how to live forever, never die of old age, never die of disease, you could just fall off a cliff tomorrow. Here's a way of taking your consciousness, extracting it and putting it in like
Yeah.
the cloud, and everyone can live in the metaverse, but you're never going to die because,
Yeah.
you know, there's a server on Earth and one on Mars and one on the moon, and you know, that now your consciousness can live on for as long as you want.
Yeah, it would have bad.
That'd be
It
quite
would
cool.
have-
I kind of like working for stuff. You know what I mean? Like if they come down and give you all the answers and like biohack your body,
Yeah.
nothing really is an achievement anymore.
I think it would be a bad thing if they came down and gave us the answers.
Really? I
I
think it'd
don't.
be so
I
good.
think I'd be happy in the moment, and during our lifetime, we'd probably be happy. It's not enough time to get upset about it, but it would have a bad effect in the long term.
Yeah.
The humans wouldn't have to fucking
I would
grind
never
for it.
work anywhere. Like if you think aliens came down and had to communicate with our world leaders, we're fucked anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Scientists do the science now and go, oh, by the way, world leaders, this is what we need to do. And they go,
Yeah, they're not
no,
gonna
listen.
Yeah, they're not going to listen to the
I don't believe
scientists
you.
anyway. So
Who would they choose to talk to if they came down?
I would just be like a collection of the world leaders.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you
Would.
think they would know that the world leaders don't have the actual human race's best interests at heart? Because they
Maybe.
really don't.
Maybe, but we're controlled by them anyway. So
Yeah.
what can the aliens do? Kill them?
It would be so nice if aliens came down and were like, fuck your world leaders, guys. You need to do this together.
Yeah, maybe they're like, oh, here's a system that picks the best person to lead.
Do you think
the
if they
country.
came down and it wasn't threatening, it was more a wholesome moment, but they were like, guys, message to the world, you need to stop killing each other. You need to stop killing each other.
Yeah.
And then, blah, 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 not too much more, and then left. Do you think it would stop?
No.
No, I think it would get worse. People would be like, why are we listening to this? No, that was the government. That's not a real alien. And then it just, there's
my
chaos.
goodness. The number of people that wouldn't believe it.
outroar.
Oh, there's already a lot of people that believe the government are staging an alien invasion kind of thing, a spiritual one, like a Project Blue Beam or something it's called.
Wow.
Yeah, research it. It's kind of funny when you read about it.
Yeah. It's all the drones, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like,
the drone stuff was crazy because a lot of people... The drone stuff was weird though, because Trump was like, oh, I'm going to figure it out, let you guys know. And then just was like, oh no, it was nothing, guys, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And then was like, what the
It was like, yeah, don't worry. Because
It wasn't
he read
aliens,
it.
but it
And
was
like,
definitely
whoa,
just
can't tell him that.
weird.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It was a good time though. It was kicking off on the news. I loved it.
If you, as a final sort of philosophical question on aliens,
Yeah.
and then we'll wrap up with 2 quick submissions. If you had to choose, you've got 2 buttons in front of you.
Yep.
You've got to choose society is taken over and controlled and run by AI, or it's done so by aliens. What are you choosing?
I'll choose aliens because I think AI would realize that we're quite inefficient and we'll fuck up the planet. Aliens, on the chance that they run off similar emotions to us, might have mercy or might be more collaborative.
So interesting.
Whereas I think AI would just be like, you guys, the process is slow. Everything you do is inefficient. Like the planet could be healthier, better without you. So we may as well just eliminate you. Whereas aliens, there is a chance that they just might still have what we have.
Interesting.
That conscious mind.
I think the opposite. I think if aliens exist like us, they probably will have evolved through competition and will have these same issues, maybe anger, jealousy, frustration.
But do you think if us as humans
Errors.
found another planet right now, and let's say the planet was just full of monkeys, like just obviously like space monkeys, like alien type ones, not at our level of intelligence, but using tools, we're not going to go in there and fucking eliminate it, are we?
Oh, we chop down rainforests.
We take them
things all
for
the
study,
time.
but I think we're at the point where we wouldn't
No,
do
we
that.
wouldn't, yeah.
No way.
No.
No, I think you're probably right.
We wouldn't even contaminate the
back
planet,
in the
yeah.
day, maybe we would have done that, and because we want the resources, want the planet. Now I think we're at the point where we'd be like, wow, this is amazing. We study it. We set up a base there.
Yeah,
we,
we're definitely
we
more
help
likely
the
to do
animals. Like, imagine if we didn't, the whole world would be.
But I think a computer super intelligence, because they wouldn't have any of the flaws that come with being an animal,
yeah,
and with, they probably have a superior level of intelligence. And we will speak about this, whether like
it's just full
AI
logic,
will end
no
up being
emotion to
moral.
get in the way of the logical decisions.
Yeah, and you'd like to think that it's a logical conclusion that prioritizing the happiness and well-being of conscious creatures is essentially as close to an objective good as you can get. Like,
Yeah.
if everyone goes like, off AI, thinks we're inefficient or even we kill each other and they kill us off.
Yeah.
But I think a super intelligence would realize that the happiness and well-being of conscious creatures is
Beneficial to the
essentially
planet.
the ultimate good. Yeah, because like realistically, if the planet,
I guess it depends what's their goal in the end,
what's
really.
the goal?
What is the goal for them? Is it to make sure the planet can live as long as possible? Is it?
But I think intelligence, like the more advanced society has got, the more obvious it's become the well-being and happiness of conscious creatures is pretty much the ultimate. I mean, if I told you that, like,
I'd like to hope that that's true.
If aliens came to you and said, like, oh, by the way, putting a nugget this size of gold in a box with a nugget this side of silver is evil and really wrong. And if you go, oh, has it got any impact on humans or animals or anyone that conscious? And he goes, no, that's just wrong. How much less could you care about that? You'd be like, even if you figured out this is wrong by any objective, if it's not upsetting or causing any suffering, or it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
And I think that.
So you think AI, when it gets to that level, that singularity where it's super intelligent, it's going to realize, the goal is to
promote
well-being and happiness of conscious beings.
And then exactly the same way intelligent people in our society are going, actually, let's look after animals. Let's look after our dogs and cats and the animals that we're performing experiments on.
You know what? I don't.
You know what I mean?
I think you could be right, and I hope you're. Well, we fucking hope you're right. Yeah. Otherwise, we're screwed.
I think we're screwed anyway.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Arthur thinks that we're not going to die. He thinks we are alive at the right time, where we might.
Kind of convinced by that as well.
Convinced.
I don't know the science behind it, but if you guys are convinced, then I'm convinced.
I just read this great book on like AI that just says by 2050 it will be at the point where
we can reverse it.
What is that book? Everyone always asks what that book is. Do you remember the title yet?
Yes, called Scary Smart.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that actually what it's called?
Yeah. And whether it's like
is it this one?
I need to give this one.
I'm sure some people will
give this a go.
Have like
what's the like general consensus?
Have things to say against it, but I mean, it's got a good review. Like, it basically says by 2050. I mean, AI. I mean, you've seen from the last 5 years how big AI has gone from nothing
to literally. Yeah,
what you can do with it now.
It's advancing at like a crazy rate.
But it's advancing at a rate of like I think the graph is called something like a hockey stick or something, where it basically is like shaped where it gets to a point where it's just exponential, but to a huge scale. And by 2050, we'll either be thanking the fact that we used AI because it's in control of us in a good way and we have to do literally nothing, or it controls the world and we're at its mercy.
Yeah,
basically.
Because like the top scientists and stuff do say we have to be careful, but what exactly is it that we have to be careful about? How are you careful when it comes to developing AI? What are the?
They aren't.
What are the
regulated at the moment,
like?
why
How do
everyone's
you?
so scared.
How do you?
So it could be. I think the big worry is that it's thinking things without telling us.
Yeah.
So it's going, I'll tell humans one thing, and actually in the background I'm going, all I need is them to give me a bit more power or a bit more control or the ability to form something in the material world that means that I can dominate. And the second they give me that, I'm taking it and they're gone.
Yeah.
And we don't know.
And also it's got the worst, like, so AI's got the worst example to learn from, which is humans.
Yeah.
We're like a greedy, evil, murdering race. We murder ourselves. You've got like, it is literally the worst sort of case study to learn from.
Yeah.
So it's basically going to become like, it will see things that we do as like, oh, that's just something that happens. And there's loads of cases, like Twitter came out with an AI ages ago that would tweet stuff out and it would learn from things that were already tweeted. It just started tweeting out racist stuff because it
racist.
learns from people on Twitter.
Yeah. They shut it down so quickly because it was just tweeting racist stuff.
Yeah.
God.
And AI just develops by like, I think it's called machine learning, where it just learns from the last AI model. It becomes better than that one.
It's like teaching itself.
The next one, the next one comes in, teaches the next one, the next one comes in.
From the like training data set of us, because like it can take everything into account. It can go, right, well, not only do I know about killing and stuff, but I also know about happiness and love and respect and care.
But
it knows every book of philosophy ever written and the importance of treating conscious creatures well and all of this kind of stuff and what happens to societies that don't.
Sure, but there's no benefit of keeping us around. For AI, truly, there's no benefit for having us.
Isn't that what we were just saying about the whole point is that the existence and happiness and stuff.
Yeah, but that's like saying, okay, let's say ants created us and we were dumber than them to begin with, and we're now at this point, and we're now serving ants. Let's say we're giving them food for their colonies and stuff. Mm-hmm. Do we not just think now, like, okay, we've learned everything from them and how they treat themselves and stuff. We don't actually
don't
need them
need-
though. We're so much smarter
We're
than
flawed
them.
humans that are selfish and
But,
have limited
yeah,
resources.
and they've
I
learned
think
from that.
A super intelligent AI will go, oh, I can afford, because it's kind of like having a dog. You go like, oh, I actually can, assuming you can, and you've bought one, you go, I can afford to feed this. I can afford to give it rubs and pat its head and take it on a walk even when I don't want to, because I'm an intelligent person and I've realized that.
But don't we do that based off emotion? And the AI's not got that.
And if it's your last
But
meal,
you're not doing it self-serving. We're intelligent enough to go like, this is, it might bring me happiness.
It is self-serving though, because like keeping the dog around, it makes
you happy
you're
and
doing it
stuff.
for yourself.
Yeah.
You are. It is a selfish.
And when push comes to shove, if you're in a burning building, you're gonna put yourself above
Yeah.
the dog.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't think the AI would ever be in a burning building situation because it's so intelligent. It goes, well, I've got power. I can continue existing. I don't need food, all this kind of stuff. I can build a solar panel that will keep my battery going forever. I can repair it, all this kind of stuff.
But why,
what else are my
what?
existence
What
to live?
for? What purpose? Like for our purpose, for everything we do is to just improve for the next generation of us
Yep.
and the human race. What
Why are they
benefit
keeping us
is them
around?
serving us? Like you think of a fly. A lot of people just kill a fly and not even think about it because of how less intelligent it is
But
to us.
that's because.
But you know what? There is kind of one
Not because
benefit
we're too
to us,
intelligent.
is like the AI is not experiencing consciousness, and
Not yet.
we have that.
It
Is
will
that
do,
not
though.
something they could? Will it?
Yeah.
Is that a guarantee?
I mean, unless you think there's anything supernatural about consciousness.
I don't. That's what I mean. Yeah, it's just impossible.
But ultimately, like what? So we've had this conversation before, where like what makes a human's life more important than an animal's life? And AI. I mean, at face value, if an AI is told to like fix the planet, global warming is an issue, the planet is in trouble. The easiest
solution is to get rid of us.
No, because
humans.
Because well,
but you're
possible
going
is
like,
everything.
you're kind of saying like, oh, when AI is this super thing and it's kind of got its own goals and desires, and then you're going, oh, but when someone tells it this, yeah, I mean, if you want to eliminate crime and you go, I want the end goal to be zero crime, obviously you can kill everyone and that's the solution. But I think once it's smart enough to fix it and kill us all, it'll be smart enough to not
killing us all would be a crime in itself.
Recording's over. Look at the time, Chip. Yeah? 47 minutes late to my record.
Oh,
I
47.
thought you were free all day.
No, I had a second pod. I just didn't even know we were. I didn't even
Okay.
know we were.
You just crashed the podcast.
I hate to do this to this podcast.
I didn't even realize.
We're locked in. It's obviously a good combo because he hasn't realised, but...
How long have we been going?
Now,
Okay.
It's now just you two.
How long have we been
into
going?
this
Freezy,
episode are we?
Freezy.
Hour 30.
I'm sorry.
That's a normal pod.
Sorry with me.
We do 2 hour
Freezy.
pods.
That's a normal pod time.
No, thumbnail face. for the
Yes,
camera, please.
thumbnail face.
You're in the video now. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, we can only apologise. There was a pod before us that went way over. So
That's
Hey,
true.
hey.
Not our fault.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You got 2 minutes to,
Yeah.
to
To wrap it
That's all
up.
we
Alright,
need. 2
let's
minutes. All we
try.
need.
It's been an awesome pod.
To be fair,
Until it was ruined, I'd actually preferred sitting here and going talking to them. But
the last 2 things we're going on to are submissions that are not necessarily related to anything you'll find particularly interesting.
okay,
So
Let's do 'em.
we got the last question we wanted to ask you. So
hell yeah,
thank you so much for joining. This
Yeah.
was such a fun podcast.
I'm
Oh, you're
sorry
ki-
you have to go and join that guy.
you're
And
kicking me away.
It seems like we could do another whole episode on intelligence.
We're such a great
consciousness.
little trio. That's why we're called the world's greatest trio. And what's that group chat?
We generally us 3 could sit here and yap for 8 hours. Maybe we'll do an 8 hour episode.
Should we start a pod?
Maybe we won't do an 8
Maybe
hour.
you could just
episode.
join us. We've got room.
Fuck it. I might just be here every day now.
Nice.
I won't even take a cut. I'll
If
just,
you want Chip
Bang
back,
it
Already
on.
taking a
if you
cut.
want
Oh,
Chip
shit.
back, if you want Chip back, let us know in the comments. Smash like, smash subscribe. We are going to do the submissions by the way, so don't go anywhere.
Yep.
This is just saying goodbye to this.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye to him.
Oh, thank you guys.
Thanks
What,
for coming on.
what an amazing
Bye.
time. What an amazing time. Thank you.
Tomorrow.
I'm going to go and kill some NPCs on Red Dead 2. It gives me a hit.
Oh, what?
See? That's what AI is learning from. So thanks to Freezy, we lost Chip.
He's gone forever.
Yeah, and Chip has left us. So we are going to move on to our submissions now. So
Yeah.
we can take this by ourselves. How about that?
Submissions link, by the way. Go check out our socials at Bach and Arthur, and it'll be in the description somewhere.
Yeah.
And you can submit a link. And if you're on the Patreon, you're way more likely to get a
Submitted.
submission. I mean, we do some from both, but obviously there are far less people in the Patreon They're not in the Patreon, but we give patrons a feature in every episode. We do these submissions really. So who's our first one from?
Oh, that's from Tamsin, from Patreon.
Patreon Tamsin, come on.
Would you rather never feel physical touch again or never have a conversation that goes past small talk ever again? You love small talk, as we learned earlier in the pod.
But I love small talk that goes on to deep conversations. I get so bored of small talk. I genuinely, I would rather never feel physical touch again, even though I love it.
Do you like physical touch?
From people I care about, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, if I haven't seen one of the boys for ages, I'll happily give them a hug.
I'll happily suck them off.
Freaking, what the hell?
I'll happily blow their back out.
Where has that come from? I actually did on Pancake Day.
Blow my back out.
After we had all the pancakes, me and Chris just like snuggled up on the sofa. Very cute.
Yeah, that was very one-sided. He was like, mate, can I have some room? And you were there, what?
He said that as a joke, and then I was like, you love hugging, like having a hug with the homies, and he was like, yeah, I do.
He does really,
and then we
yeah.
watched the game. Not like a cuddle, but just like a,
Oh, I don't like the idea of never hugging like your mum ever again. Not my mum. That's so weird otherwise. Oh, but I love hugging your mum.
No, I couldn't not hug your, I couldn't not nuzzle your father.
I can never kiss Liv on the top of her forehead ever again.
That's true, actually.
And say, well done.
But you could never have a deep conversation with her past like how her day was.
Yeah, that's a really difficult question, actually. That's really tough. Never feel physical touch ever again. I also imagine like you can't even stroke your like dog or cat or anything. I panicked halfway through because I was like, oh, that just sounds like I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
No, I think physical touch is someone else. So physical touch, you can feel physical touch from yourself.
Well, I can stroke a dog. No, I meant stroke a dog or cat. I didn't actually mean stroke my shit.
Oh, that is really difficult.
Oh, that is so tough because even this conversation wouldn't. This is more than small talk.
Yeah, this is more than small talk. You'd feel. I think the loneliness you'd feel from it mentally, the loneliness I would feel from it mentally, would exceed the loneliness I feel from never having physical touch. It would suck because, like, yeah, physical touch is we are human.
Yeah,
we respond so nicely to it, and
it sucks. But I would have to go with never feel physical touch ever again.
Yeah, me too. That's a really good question, Tamsin, because that's really. Also, I can't remember whether I said it before, but like the fact that we live in a world where like most animals love being pet is just so sick, isn't it? They're like out in public. You can just, if they're not scared of you, it's so cool.
That is true.
You can just be like, oh, a dolphin swimming in the sea loves being pet. Oh, a conger eel, you're down on the ocean floor, loves getting a little head rub.
Yeah, even if they're the sort of animal that shouldn't really be pet, they're like, you can tell they like it, and they're like, why do I like that?
The famous one of the diver just stroking a conger eel, and you're like,
no.
That is insane that likes that.
It's just that like you're getting an itch that it's probably because an eel's got. I'm gonna say it's not got any hands. It can't itch shit.
That's true, actually.
So it's probably never felt that in its life, except for being in the mouth of a killer whale.
What? All right. No, seriously, good question, Tamsin. Fantastic. Oh, Jess. This one's an interesting one. I know we could talk about this forever. Do you want to read it out loud?
Okay. Do you still feel like making content for your channels is fun, or have you started to see it more as work / an obligation as your popularity has increased? Like, where's the line, and do you feel like you crossed it at any point? Obviously, this is a career for both of you now, but is the love of the content creation still there? Is there anything that you wish you could do on your channels, regardless of views / new trends, that would be more fun than the content you both make now? That's a good question. Mine's definitely starting to feel more like work. I think ever since, I've been uploaded like 3 times a week, almost a year now. And I think when I made that move, it became a lot more like work, really.
Because you hold yourself to it as well. Like you were saying, you're planning on going away shortly, and you're like, oh my God, it just means that I have to get home tonight and just film until I sleep, and then
so much pre-recording.
Yeah. So I do know what you mean. I kind of feel similar. Now I've done the exact same. I'm on 3 a week at least. And it's just, sometimes when you're like, oh, I've got to shoot this day, then a podcast this day, then this day, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, wow, I haven't actually got that much time. And then you're at your desk like, I kind of want to call it a night because I've been up since early and I've just got to film. I've been up since quite early for the paddle. Yeah. I mean, obviously we're lucky, blessed to be able to just go spend 2 hours playing paddle. Yeah. And then this doesn't really feel like work. But by the time it gets to like late at night and you're like, I still have one more video and I just have to do it, it does feel tough.
Yeah, it's a good
Starts to
question.
feel like work.
Good question to say, like as popularity increased, does it feel more like work? Because I think it actually, like when less people know who you are, it's obviously much more of a hobby, and
That's
you
true.
feel like you can have a lot more fun with it because there's less pressure of like performance is really not in your brain at that point. You're more just like, oh, I'm just having fun with this. Whereas now it's more like, oh, I'll be checking the analytics after an upload and be thinking, why did retention drop there? What do I need to do in the next video? And so it does become more like, it's just more worky, isn't it?
I think as though for the shift that I've made recently, because obviously when I did the arthurtv channel, I would spend like 2 days scripting, a day filming, and then like 2 days manually editing myself. That felt very worky because for the scripting, I was just at my desk 8 hours a day. Like it was just a very normal job. And that makes it feel like work because it's very methodical. Now, and same with editing, now because we find something funny, we react to it, it's quite natural. It feels a bit less like work when I'm working. But I do still love it. I still really enjoy it.
I do still love it. It's one of those jobs that like, I think it goes in phases. Like you'll go through a phase where you're very on it, and also you're like in flow state when you're recording and you're thinking, oh, I'm being funny here. This is work. This is very easy. And there's other times where you're very much like, oh, I really don't feel like filming today. It's like anything. Like a lot of people, you might wake up some days you're not feeling good, or you're not feeling like in a mood to be talking to people or something. So to then have to like hop on camera and try and crack jokes and come across in like a lighthearted way can be tough, but
For sure.
it's, I mean, there's phases where I'm really loving it and phases where I'm really dread filming, but I think that's just normal.
Yeah, same. It's something people often say about consistency is that it's not just hitting the same level every single day.
Yeah.
It's just turning up
Yeah.
and trying your best.
Yeah.
And some days, you know, you smash it, you can do absolutely loads. I can work late into the night. Other days I'll be like, I've set myself a standard. I'm uploading on these days, so I'm going to film. I'm going to do it, but I feel shit, like I'm ill, or you know, I've done a shoot that's been 12 hours of drinking.
Yeah,
I'm hungover, and I've got to film before I go off and do it. And like, I think whilst obviously we can acknowledge that it's a great job and we have a lot of fun with it, and we're like blessed to be in this position, like sometimes you are just like, it really feels like work.
Yeah,
I feel like it's quite nice as well, having had a tough job as well. I think a lot of YouTubers that would say it, you were like, well, you've been a YouTuber since you were 17, you dropped out of school, like you don't know what a hard day's work is. Like,
yeah.
I feel like having worked a really hard job, being able to say like this, I think is just as hard as being a lawyer at a top firm was. Like it's, you know, you're constantly thinking, you never really get to switch off, you're constantly thinking about it. Now we've got teams, like you say, like we're just speaking about it, we've got staff we've got to look after and pay their bills, and you're worrying like, am I going to be able to pay them? Like, are we paying them more? Like, are they working hard enough? Are they not working hard enough? Like, there's always just so much going on that, and I feel like as you grow, that there was kind of why I picked this one for whilst Chip was here. He now works 9 to 5, if not later, in the office. Chris just go, Chris will rock up. They've hired offices, they've got staff, it looks like a normal office. And Chris is working 9 to 5 and then gets home, switches off, is in at weekends, and it's like, it's really weird starting off going down this line where you're free man, you can do whatever you want, to being like, actually, if I want to be very productive and get stuff done and work with my team, I need to have an office and work 9 to 5 and need to go back to a normal job.
It's funny because you look at like all the YouTubers who've been doing it for a while, most of them now will work a 9 to 5. They'll go from escaping the 9 to 5 by being a YouTuber and thinking this is great. So then they end up back into 9 to 5 because they realize actually it's the most productive. It's the best way to separate work. It's best for work-life balance. I think that's
which we're in the stage before and we're not great at it, are we?
No, work-life balance is out the window for us. But I think it has to be in the beginning because it is a grind in the beginning. Like they've been grinding for 10 years and they're at a point now where it's like they've done so well for themselves. They've had all this success. They can now work and they're still working really hard, don't get me wrong, but they can work a 9 to 5 and be like, I prefer this to working, just grinding in the evening or whatever. But to answer the second part of the question, because they want to know, is there anything you want to do on your channel regardless of views/new trends? What would it be? I don't know, to be honest. I've said where I want my channel to go, but I don't know if that's like where I'd want it to be if views and trends weren't a thing. I don't know what I'd do. Like if views and trends weren't a thing and it was just like upload for the sake of it, I don't know if I even would now.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to do actually, I don't know. I feel like I always wanted to do something where I was like being able to speak about science and philosophy because they're like two of my main passions.
Yeah.
Now we get to do it on the podcast. Every time I find something interesting in science, we can bring it up. Or if I'm like, actually, I feel like we've got something interesting to add in terms of like philosophy or discussion, like entertaining people, we've got it.
Yeah.
So I think the one thing for me is I wish gaming did as well as my reaction stuff. Like I kind of am in a place now at the moment where I can upload a good Reddit video. Like even only a year ago, I would upload a Reddit video and it would get like 10 to 50K.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, that's just not quite enough to pay for a guy to find good posts, pay for an editor, pay for a thumbnail guy. And it was like, I wish I could just chill, like hang out on a cool subreddit, find some interesting posts, make some jokes. And now I love the fact that I can do that and that it covers it. And at the moment, gaming, I'm trying to bring gaming into that as well. Like I love every week sitting down at my desk, playing a little horror game. I definitely think they are the videos that have the nicest, like the comments I get being like, I like, this is like the best thing ever. But the views are just so much lower than the rest.
Yeah.
But like at the moment, like most of my short horror games go to like 50K. And like, I would love for them to be at a point where like they all got 100K plus.
Yeah.
So that it didn't negatively affect brand deals and that kind of stuff. And I could, cause as well, like I get an intro edited and outro edited and just keep the game raw. Cause obviously like you need the build up of suspension. You need everything. It's not like in a Reddit video where if you make a joke and you stumble over your words, you're like, I'll take that again. It'll be like, oh, that's not funny. Cut it out. You're just reacting to a story.
Yeah.
And it's very engaging. Like I wish they got more views. And obviously they're building, which is nice because then I'd be like, I'd probably do 2 or 3 a week because like, you know, they just don't require editing. Like they're so easy to put out.
Yeah. I actually, do you know, I'd probably end up doing something kind of like BBC documentary-ish on my main channel. If I could do anything regardless of views and but I mean like still interesting, like I don't know, something that I'd watch back and be like, oh, that was a cool video.
Yeah.
Or like going and spending time with some really crazy person, they do something crazy, or like going and seeing this really cool thing. Or
I'm very similar. I was used to want to do when I was doing the arthurtv and they were scripted about like people like Big Ed and his life and like these crazy people on reality TV.
Yeah.
I was thinking in the long term I'd want to become like a Louis Theroux type, go and meet these people.
I was gonna say
myself,
Louis Theroux, yeah.
Ask them questions and be like, why are you doing this?
Yeah.
Because at the time I could only look at him in a relationship and like see him acting in a certain way and be like, oh, why is he doing that?
Yeah.
I think it'd be even more interesting to be sat there opposite him going like, you know, in you know, last season you did this, you said this or reacted this way, like why did you do that? And like really be able to dig deep.
Yeah. I mean, I also even just like the platform roulette videos, for instance, even doing something like that on my channel, I would like. It's just more, I don't know. I don't know why I don't do more in real life videos. I just don't. I've just kept my channel. I've just kept my channel very solo, and I just haven't thought really to branch it out to group videos. But those videos are always fun to be a part of. I don't know what it's like being the host of it, obviously.
Yeah.
But
like except for the Christmas one, it is less fun.
yeah.
But that was very structured. Platform roulette's very
whereas
structured.
Yeah, and I think that's what I'd rather, something less structured, just more, oh, we're going out and doing this today. This is fun. But yeah.
Yeah, me too.
How much would you say the views affect your mood when a video goes out?
Not too much. I think, I don't know. How about you? Because I know the gaming ones don't do well, so I expect them to be an 8, 9 or 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And that does mean that when I upload the videos that I want to do well, at the very worst, they're a 7.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look as bad. And they're all quite consistent at the moment. Like, feel like I'm in a place where I'm like really happy. Like, I love reading through the comments because they tend to be very positive. I think what the viewers give me at the moment is like gives me everything I want at the moment. So even when a video does like bad for my channel, it's not bad enough where I'm seriously worrying whether I can afford to pay my staff or anything like that. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, they definitely, views do definitely affect my mood.
Do they?
Yeah, just will. can't really control it.
That's fair.
The beast comes out.
I don't think I've ever seen you in a bad mood. You should get 1 out of 10 every week.
Actually, as of late, the videos have been like between 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10, 3 out of 10. So I've been so happy. But there have been periods where it's just been like you upload a video, it's 9 of 10 or a 10 of 10 and 8 of 10. And it does just, because I mean, at the end of the day, we need to perform. If you don't perform, you fall off and you're finished.
True.
So
wow, I really must be the sunshine in your life because you are always happy and laughing around me. That's crazy.
It's all an act. But yeah, no, the views definitely do affect my mood. But it also depends on like engagement as well. It's a difficult one because like if I get really good engagement on a video, let's say I get 1,000 comments on a YouTube video, but the views are really low. I should be happy because like 1,000 comments, I'm like, oh, that's sick. And I am happy. But then I'm like, but why didn't that get more views then? So then that kind of annoys me because it's like, oh, did the YouTube algorithm block this for some reason? Or is it like, and then it's the only,
I do know what you mean. Sometimes you get it, the comments and the views don't line up.
Yeah.
Like, this is one of your best videos ever. I was laughing so much. And it's like,
yeah.
Oh, no one ever laughs at my videos. Why is that?
Exactly.
Why is
I was
that
like,
10 out of 10?
I wasn't making any jokes. What do you, I vlogged my nan's funeral.
Yeah. That's the weirdest thing ever. I was just about to say that exact same joke.
Oh, good. And on that note, we're going to a funeral.
Yeah.
So,
are you vlogging it or am I?
You can vlog this one.
I got to charge my DJI.
Oh God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the claw's gonna put the nan in the. I don't know. I always think about this. Someone listening. If there's 100,000 people listening, someone will have lost their nan recently.
Yeah, apologies about that.
So actually,
you'll get
stop making those jokes. Those are really insensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
Don't know why I said that out loud, actually. I've really brought the mood down.
Yeah.
Oh, one more thing I just wanted to say. One thing I wanted to do. I do want to, actually, no, you know what? I'll save it for another time.
Oh my God. Okay.
This is the worst ending to a podcast ever.
And on that note,
bye.
We're going to be ending this. Bye.
Subscribe, rate us 5 stars, and check out the Patreon and socials and all that kind of stuff. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.